haunted by football.
I missed some of that.
Oh. I did it just for you.
Oh. You could try. Would you like to try again?
If not enough people heard the joke.
I wouldn't mind hearing it again. I don't think I heard it the first time, actually, either.
Yeah.
Football.
Okay. No! Oh, you were doing the fucking... Okay.
Oh, okay.
Alright, Jordan. Grow...
Man getting hit by football.
By football.
This, like, of all of the jokes that, like, Jordan would bring to me from The Simpsons, like, of all of the things that Jordan... Like, this is the joke that breaks Jordan. It's a fucking sad, happy old man getting hit in the groin by a football.
He's smiling.
You know, I'm looking at the meme.
He's smiling. He's going, okay, roll it.
It's a Greek tragedy in just 200 frames.
I mean, there is no difference between this and the Saints Row Nut Punch button.
Oh.
You can't marinate steak onto Jordan because then he would just be covered with steaks. Not like sauce, but just pure raw physical steaks.
I am man of meat.
It's like those gifs where it's like videos where it's like you throw like a plain slice of cheese on like cats or dogs and it just plops on their faces. This is Jordan, but that with an uncooked steak.
Yeah, just throwing it onto Jordan like this.
You know what I hate by you reposting that, Mick, is that now you have this GIF going on at 2 separate speeds. So
also
like,
in a way higher resolution for no reason.
Like
Thank you.
You look up and he gets hit, and then you look down and he gets hit again as the first one is leaning over.
It's like Hong Kong martial arts movies. You like have the 2 frames of the hit side by side, so it looks like a more powerful hit.
I hope that every time this is reposted, it's of different origin.
I like to believe that it's like you get hit in the nuts and your picture quality increases like hitting the TV. You see clearer now.
No!
Nick, don't encourage him. He's been sending these to me all week.
Football getting hit by man. This could have been the actual skit, and you could have fooled me.
You know, that thing where you illegibly scream.
Yeah. Well, this one's actually going to be kind of legible because we actually have a very special guest doing the intro to the Yearlies this year. That's right. Direct from Hollywood, we have Elmer Fudd. Hello and welcome to the Yearlies.
Why didn't you just do Hans Molman?
Hello and welcome to Man Getting Hit by Football.
Hans Molman getting hit by the Yearlies.
Hans Molman getting hit by Hans Molman.
Somebody's just fucking give. I swear to God.
Guys, we have to stop.
No.
Are there more versions of this? Hold on. Are there more versions
of this? Of course there are more versions of this. Never once in the history of the internet has someone asked, is there another version of this? And the answer has been anything other than yes.
Oh, can I just be honest? I'm doing a Google search. There are so many great variations on this. But in all seriousness, Jordan.
Oh my God.
Nobody has ever walked into an internet meme and gone, gosh, if only there were less of these.
Oh, dude, look what they just added to the Criterion collection.
Is it Man Getting Hit by Football?
You had to hide that.
That's not fucking load.
This is
This is already one of the most insane yearlies we've already done.
Have
But,
we even started though?
Yeah. If we want to,
Really?
if we want to shift into gear incredibly quickly, I can start with something.
Okay.
Because I was the one who was like, I have something I wanted to tell.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Should I tell people what year we're fucking
I'm sorry,
doing?
Jordan.
No,
I'm sorry,
okay,
Christian. I must have missed that over the countless footballs that are being thrown.
The sound of the ball colliding with his nuts is so loud that we couldn't
balls
hear.
being thrown that it's taking a long time for my laptop to load all of them.
All right. What's up, Christian?
Well, Jordan wanted to announce what year we're doing.
It's 2001. Christian, go.
Okay.
It's not. Oh, yes, it is. No, wait, but okay.
So, there's something that happened. I have no personal anecdotes with this year. No personal stories. Nothing happened this year. I was probably still watching Land Before Time. Blah blah blah. You know, no honorable mentions because they're all on the list. But
did they get to time?
No, they didn't. They never got the time.
They never will.
But something happened
Fuckers.
this Yearlies. That in the setup of this Yearlies that I don't think is ever going to happen again, and I wanted to be the one to tell this story. And it involves me and Mick. And
it does? Okay.
So when we finished the 2000 Yearlies, we immediately started doing entries for the 2001 Yearlies.
Okay.
And I already had all of my entries planned because I have them in a spreadsheet. I've had them planned for like 6 months. I was like, okay, I'm just going to slot these in here, post away. So, I'm hanging out in the call a little while longer. And Mick comes to me and is like, Christian, we have the same entries. and I'm like, he probably means we have like maybe one game that's the same and then two pretty similar games, you know. It probably means something like that, you know.
No.
Open up the entries. Now my entries exactly, you know, not counting the honorable mentions I took over, were Super Smash Bros. Melee, Sonic Adventure 2, and Luigi's Mansion. Mick's picks were Sonic Adventure 2, Luigi's Mansion, and Super Smash Bros. Melee. Meaning that for the first and probably last time in Yearly's history...
Don't say that.
For the first and probably last time in Yearly's history, two people put the exact same entries. And I just find that to be probabilistically amazing. And
I think it would be a lot funnier if it was like 2016, where like, you know, because like in 2000 we don't have indie games yet, really.
Mm-hmm.
So like the pool of games to draw from is significantly less.
It's still like, it's still
funny.
truly incredible.
Yeah.
Like
It's funny. Don't get me wrong, it's funny.
Yeah.
But
the rest of this list, I'll say I'm excited for it because I think I have something. I think I have something to say about every game on this. Not every game. I have something to say about every round. I have an investment in each round.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like round one is gonna be.
I'm so excited for round one, dude.
Oh really? Okay, cool.
Look at round one.
I really do have to visit that place sometime.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. You like Dave and Buster's.
Do we want to just really quickly? I have a list of popular 2001 games. Just read off a couple that came out that year, like last year.
I can look through a list as well.
So I see that.
Eco cool.
Max Payne.
Yeah, Max Payne is big. The first Super Monkey Ball came out in 2001. Holy shit.
The worst one.
Oh.
Look, I'm not a big enough Monkey Ball 1 fan to, like, fight that.
It's good. It just, like, has nothing in it.
Mm-hmm.
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yeah, so... You know... This game is funny, but... I am not positive that the gameplay is fair. This game is, like, really, really hard. And I've been thinking, like, for a long time that it's challenging but fair. I think it's just challenging. This game pisses me off. This game has brought me to tears because I was so sad. because I was failing so much. I remember there's a section in Conker's Bad Fur Day where you're lava surfing, and I spent 2 hours trying to beat the lava surfing segment, and I failed so much that I broke down crying. Anyways, this game is pretty good.
Look, I will say, if I can give one thought about Conker's Bad Fur Day, like, my opinions on it might be a little bit middling, but, like, one thing that I really just can't agree with people, everyone says that the Great Mighty Pooh is the best part of the game, and I think they're all crazy. I think they're all insane.
It's one of the best parts, but I've proven that there's a better part. Yeah, and, like, to people that are not listening to this live because I shared it independently, but there's a boss I like even more.
Yeah. But, like, I am sick of hearing the stupid song, and I prefer people shut up about it forever.
I'm not sick of hearing the song. I think the idea of a musical boss fight is great and should happen more often.
I agree with that.
It wasn't that.
Yeah.
It's also not a very good boss fight outside of that, though, is the thing. I'm sorry, I'm throwing a lot of shade at Conker today, and I do really like it. Oh god, I feel like a modern sequel could be so much better.
I don't know. Well, there is a modern sequel. Yeah, they made Conker Live and Reload.
It wasn't he said a sequel. That was a remake, not a sequel.
Yeah,
also, you're really pushing the definition of modern if we're talking
Clanky,
about the original Xbox.
Clanky, can I be honest with you? I thought you were sarcasming me. Let me try that again. I thought you were I'm gonna stick with sarcasming me.
Sarcasm. Sarcasm.
I thought you were talking about Project Spark. Where like Microsoft comes out and like Conker comes in, he's like, almost 10 years without a new game. Guess we gotta make our own.
And I think I remember what you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I
know what you're talking about. Probably the second most tone-deaf advertisement since they advertised what they seemed to be advertising was a remake of Final Fantasy VII, and then didn't. Obviously, they since have done that, but originally they made a tech demo where they just recreated the opening cutscene of Final Fantasy VII on the PS3.
Sure.
Oh, right, and that's what started the whole, like, push to get, like, Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Because they were like... But the thing is, they didn't say, here's a tech demo. They said, look, it's Final Fantasy VII in HD. Wonder what this is going to be, eh? And then it just turned out to be a tech demo.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be the problem with Nintendo Space World in a nutshell. So, like... Which was relevant around this time, I think.
Grand Theft Auto 3 came out this year.
Oh, okay.
I remember the first time I played Grand Theft Auto 3 was in a friend's basement, and we just beat hookers with a baseball bat. And,
Sorry, I'm not looking at hookers with a baseball bat. Graham just sent the message Grand Theft Auto and nothing else.
Grand Theft.
Well, Photoshop that.
I wouldn't... Look,
he's better than that.
I'm sorry, Jordan, I'm sorry. I had to say that because otherwise it makes it sound like I cracked up laughing at hitting hookers with a baseball bat.
Honestly, that's what I laughed at.
Okay.
And that, the thing is...
It wasn't, listen, let me be very clear. It wasn't the act of killing the hookers that I was laughing at. It's the fact that, like, do you ever see that Saturday Night Live sketch where Will Ferrell is a super angry boss? And, like, this guy comes in and he's like, I've been taking cocaine and I'm here to murder you. And then he turns it back by taking the man's rake and stabbing him. But he keeps stabbing him for, like, an uncomfortable amount of time. So,
just enough.
A rake joke, basically.
A rake joke.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah, like the thing with the Simpsons and Sideshow Bob.
Yes,
sure. But so in Grand Theft Auto 3, you take the bat and you just keep spilling the hooker's blood for an uncomfortable amount of time. And that is what makes it funny.
Eventually the joke becomes how much you're doing it rather than the actual hilariousness of the thing.
Yes, exactly. The original Devil May Cry came out 2001, and it's not good. Who said that?
I was gonna say I kind of regret because I forgot that Devil May Cry came out this year, and even though I've never played it, I have friends who are huge into it, and so I feel bad about not putting it up. But then again, they're not here, and I haven't played it. So
who here's a big Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex fan?
Oh, I think Taylor.
Well, I mean,
You okay?
Okay. Well, a fan is a difficult stop.
Is it Moment getting hit by a football? Yes!
Oh god! And if you don't supplement the footage with these clips, everyone's gonna think I'm just breaking out screaming randomly.
We're just gonna have,
all right.
we're gonna have 20 hidden moments in the video, and you have to find them all for your
Count
punch
them all?
card.
Let us know in the comments.
Count the moments.
Yeah, it's called Where's Moment.
Where's Hans?
Can you update
This is actually
the
a
banner
pretty
with, like, a
appropriate one
tiny
for
Hans
this
moment?
game, though.
Can I do what?
Can you like change the YouTube banner to have a tiny Hans Mole Man in the corner?
Yes,
I think you're gonna have to.
of course.
No, we'll start a bit now where like instead of hidden Mickeys, we have hidden Molmans.
Oh my god.
I can do that. I can do that.
But like they have to blend into footage, right? Like
No.
you can't just see them. Like they have to be like hard to find.
Oh no, I'm good. I'll do
We'll like hide them on our faces in the vote.
It's like the time that back in the Cactus Arcade days, I asked Craning will come
Yeah.
for our blood.
He will, yeah, whatever.
I asked Christian to hide Will Ferrell's face, and he did a really good job. I could never find it.
I don't even remember. I think it was right as Slide dies at one point. I throw a little Will Fellow.
Yes, hello. Oh, good day, Mr. Ferrell. It's me, Will Fellow.
His
kill people.
British cousin.
Low.
You kill people with a rake. I kill people with a sickle. Anyways, Graham, Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro came out in 2001. I
Enter
assume you
Electro.
played it.
It's probably
I
Graham's
assume you
favorite
played
game.
I mean, yeah, he loves Electro, but
He loves entering Electro as well.
Enter who?
Electro.
Did the first Golden Sun game come out in this year?
Yeah, Golden Sun is really good. It was a Camelot thing, and Camelot made a lot of the Mario sports games on GBA. So it's like if you ever play Mario Tennis, the thing about the story mode in Mario Tennis and Golf is they have like these. Whenever someone expresses, they put a big speech bubble with their expression up, and like that came from Golden Sun. So whenever someone shows emotion, it's like here's a picture of sadness, and that indicates that the character is sad. Here's anger, so the character is angry. What I love about Golden Sun is the dungeons. I think are some of the best RPG dungeons because they have a very good blend of puzzle solving and combat. And I think it explores itself even better in its sequel, which, to be honest, I think that the first two GBA games are like two halves of one game. So it's like kind of weird to talk about just the first one. But, yeah.
I don't mean to alarm any of you, but for one moment, both of the Molman gifts I was looking at lined up at the same time, and they both fell over at the same time.
You know what's happening is I don't think they're equally of the same length. So I feel like what's happening is one of them is like a couple of milliseconds off, so it's slowly catching up with the other. So it's like one of those pendulums that's like they're gonna clash every hour.
So I actually have something. I actually had two games that I was actually surprised didn't wind up on here. One was Final Fantasy X.
Yeah. So
Final Fantasy X.
I like Final Fantasy X.
I could have sworn Graham did as well.
It's not my favorite Final Fantasy because I think it's a lot slower. Because the way the Final Fantasy X works is that instead of you get experience, but the experience doesn't contribute to levels; it contributes to orbs. And each character gets their own like orb tree. But the way this game works is you instead of just picking your three favorite party members, you really need to use everybody. So what this ultimately means is in order to get experience for everybody, every single battle, you need to like swap all the characters into battle, which means each battle is like 3 minutes, which is too long.
Okay.
Like the game still comes out to be beaten in a fair amount of time, and to be fair, you don't have to do it as extensively as I did it. Mm-hmm. Also, the game hides all of its side quests until 5 minutes before you beat the game, so you're not going to want to do any of them. And then finally, some of the voice acting is bad.
It's worth it for orbs.
I don't mind the laughter scene, but I think
it's that game.
It is that game, but
that game.
I don't mind that scene actually, and I think James Arnold Taylor does a great job, and John DiMaggio does okay. Whoever does Yuna is not good, and I apologize to all your Una fans out there. I just it is the most wooden voice acting I've ever heard. But it's a fun game. I just like the other things on here better.
Mhm.
Yeah, Graham is right. The laughter scene works in context. If you play the game, it makes sense. Oh, also the music is rad. There's really good music. What was the other one?
I'm trying to remember. I totally forgot what the other one was.
Ape Escape 3.
Yeah, of course.
Naturally.
I like
Yeah.
Ape Escape.
Ape Escape.
Nick Ape's gonna get on a bracket someday.
Was it Dave Mira freestyle BMX 2?
No, it was not.
Is it Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone?
No.
Hey,
Well,
hey,
I thought about that game
I played
for a
that on
second.
PC. I played the shit out of that on PC.
I figured one of you at least played it. It's apparently a popular
Yeah, I
game.
played it on PC.
Oh, you played the PC version. The PC version is its own version, and it's so much fun. You played it?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, fucking! I got stuck as a kid because I couldn't make the flipendo spell because I didn't realize I had to
The
hold
what?
the button. I didn't have to hold the alt button down to make a circle. A flipendo. It's the Harry Potter game spell. It's not
Yeah.
canon.
That's why I'm
But
not a
it's-
Harry
I
Potter
remember
fan.
It
This
took,
is-
me,
I'm not
it took me a while to get through Filch's dungeon or whatever.
the
The lair.
sneaking one.
Yeah.
That part fucking sucks.
What
It
game is
did,
this?
yeah.
Harry
Harry
Potter and the
Potter and the-
Philosopher's Stone.
It's the Sorcerer's Stone, Christian. We're not.
It's Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
I played the Chamber of Secrets one, and I remember I had to like sneak away from this librarian, and that's when I stopped playing the game.
Yeah, isn't it funny that we're all talking about all of the bad moments that incorporate stealth?
Fucking Filch.
Fucking filch. Did you figure out what the other one is?
Yeah,
Microsoft-
I can't remember for the life of me.
Shrek!
What?
November 14th, Shrek came out for Xbox.
Oh, yeah, so it did.
Okay.
Oh, I knew I forgot to put something on my list.
Oh no, Actually, what year did Shrek 2 come out? Anyways,
Animal Crossing is great. I love Animal Crossing.
Oh, right.
Such a
Yes,
good
you wanted
game.
Animal Crossing did on the bracket. Can I just say, Mick? Not Mick. Clanky. That is who you are. If there was one Animal Crossing that you could convince me to play more, it might be this one for no other reason than this one has playable NES games, and I just
It's
don't
got
know
Wario's Woods.
Yeah, it's clearly the best Animal Crossing just for that alone. I
But,
like
like-
it mainly because of like nostalgia. I'm gonna be totally real, but like I still think that the game itself is very good. It's when the villagers were like mean to you, and I kind of like that because it feels more like real life. Like you could be like hanging out one day, you could talk to one of your villagers, and they're like, "Oh, I decided to paint your house red," and you were like, "What?" And they're like, "You're welcome," and there's nothing you can do about it. Now you have a red house until like you get like paint to change it again. Like they just. And yeah, it's super
Yeah,
good. I love
like-
the original Animal Crossing. I remember I had like memories of me and my roommates from college sophomore year. We all I hooked up my GameCube to like our common room, and then like I like hooked up Animal Crossing on it, and we had like our own town and everything, and like we'd all check in every now and then, and it was a very fun thing I remember in sophomore year. It's a great game.
I like being mentally abused by cows.
Yeah.
Don't we all?
Can we just isolate that and release it as a YouTube short?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And then we,
No, usually I have a long clip as a cold open. This time it's going to be that line and then hello. Yearly.
Have you guys ever played SpongeBob Operation Krabby Patty?
No.
no.
So it's a 5-part mini game collection where you can choose to get up on the right side or the wrong side of the bed and just thwart plankton schemes. And I played this game so much as a kid. There's not a lot to it, but there's this one cutscene where Squidward talks with Patrick's voice because he's wearing a bunch of masks. So he starts out as Squidward talking like Patrick. Then he rips off the mask and it's Patrick talking like, what did they call him? Say, Patrick, why do you sound like Willie Anchovy? And then it's Willie Anchovy sounding like Squidward, and then it's Squidward. And I don't know, it was really trippy and stupid, and I liked it.
Honestly, can I just say I'm looking up things for this game, and yeah, you're not kidding. This game is really trippy. For example, so I found this. I mean, this image, this in-game sprite of Big Lenny deserves to be a meme.
Can you send it?
Yeah.
There he is.
Oh my gosh.
Great.
That's right, because one of the
Also-
mini games is jellyfishing.
Also, these guys, the sea ants.
The
What the
sea
fuck?
ants.
I don't even remember these. I must have blocked these out.
I can see why.
But yeah, I think that was the very first SpongeBob game, and
What the
What
fuck?
the fuck?
Hang on, I'll clean it up.
and I just thought it was really cute. And the Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty came out, and I felt like I enjoyed it. It also creeps. It also really creeped me out at some parts. There's a part in the game
Yes.
that genuinely makes me uncomfortable for so many reasons.
The
But-
internet has told me that this is an unedited screenshot.
Game working as intended.
Well, here's the thing. Patrick's mouth definitely.
Is that Victoria Justice?
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's Victoria Justice.
That's so funny.
It's not.
Victoria, what are you doing to him?
It's so funny.
Wait, Victoria Justice from
Justified.
that Nickelodeon show?
Yeah, from
I mean,
Victorious.
No,
No,
her-
not
the
Justified. Victorious. I was close.
From Victorious, the character's name is Tori Vega. The actress's name is Victoria Justice.
Yes. No, I know.
She's related to Apollo.
Creed?
No, Apollo Justice.
Don't
Oh.
don't bring Ace Attorney into this, Clanky. Don't.
I was
don't be a
bringing
fool.
Rocky into this.
All right,
Yeah,
that's
yes,
three
the
different
god-
Apollos
The god
stated.
of the sun.
Jesus Christ. No, but Mick, I wouldn't put it past this game to look like that. The animations were rough.
I want to make
So,
this picture the
yeah.
new Discord picture for the yearlies.
I
God.
found a Tumblr that just like takes screenshots from like really like weird looking SpongeBob games for the PC. Here's
Oh.
another one from Operation
But-
Krabby Patty.
Yeah, the thing is, I've played most of them. Yeah,
Taylor,
I didn't.
Taylor,
I didn't.
I think I found the mask scene.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that was it. This is him. This is the scene where he's pulling off the mask and he starts sounding like he has this really deep voice because it's really me, SpongeBob. He's like, "Hey Patrick, why do you sound like Willie Anchovy?"
This is disturbing.
And then he like pulls off that mask and it's an anchovy. It's like, now you look like Willie, but sound like Squidward. And I don't know why he does it. It's just, I guess he just felt like fucking with SpongeBob for 2 minutes.
Don't we all?
I mean, yeah, a little bit. All right, for the purposes of, it is officially 9:30. So, why don't we get started just to make sure that we get through. Unless anyone
Okay.
wants to talk about SpongeBob some more.
All right. The first bracket of the 2001 yearlies, which these are the 2001 yearlies. We have Arcanum of Steamworks, which
I think
is
it's Arcanum.
We have Arcanum of Steamworks, which is a Mick pick.
Jordan,
Versus, and I'm going to do the pronunciation of this that I've been waiting to since the moment I saw this. Kuru! Kuruin! Ho!
So true. This game finally gets the respect it deserves.
hype.
This is the Clanky pick.
I can't believe this is on the bracket. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just like how did look at this bracket. Look at this bracket and look at the name. Kuruin. And you know what else,
Oh.
Clanky? Until like a week ago, I would have spent the next 8 minutes saying, "What the fuck is it?" And then I saw what it is. This is a
Yeah.
franchise.
Yeah. So, if you got, do you mind if I start, Mick? Or
Please.
Go ahead.
Okay.
All right. Let me at least start the timer. So
Yeah,
that,
let me know when you're good.
Yeah, and like we have usually, unless we have it in the past, I'm gonna tell you when we're at 4, when we're at 8, yada yada. Okay,
You'll write it in, right?
go. Yeah, I will.
Okay. So, if you don't know what Kuruin is, you might remember it as the assist trophy in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. There's
don't.
like this blue like bar thing that turns around constantly and like gets in your way. It's like blue and yellow. It looks like a helicopter thing. Anyway, you definitely would recognize it if you've seen it, if you've played with like if you've played Smash Brawl before. But either way, basically, that was the only reason I picked up this game. It was on the Wii U eShop, and I was like, hey, I know this thing from Smash, so I got it.
Wait, it was?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
in Smash Brawl. It was
No,
that
no, no,
assist
no.
trophy.
But no. But you were able to play it like on a
It's on the Wii
licensed
U
console.
eShop. It's on the
Even-
Wii U eShop. Yep.
even though it only came out in Japan.
Yeah, it's on the Wii U eShop. Because they also released it, I believe, in Europe, so there is an English like patch for it. But yeah.
Okay.
Either way, so this game, it's hard to explain it, but essentially, like, there's this constant, like, rotating, like, you're constantly rotating, and you have to get your ship through, like, these mazes and everything. And, like,
Marble Madness, got it.
No. It's more like, think of it like you're constantly moving clockwise or counterclockwise, and if you hit any walls, you lose a health point, and you only have 3 health points. So your goal is to like time your spinning movements with like the path that's laid out before you.
It's like Flappy Bird.
They're like irritating stick.
It's like that one level of Super Mario
Nick,
Galaxy.
Imagine Flappy Bird, except instead of pressing A or pressing a button to like flap up and then you move down, imagine like you have like omnidirectional movement, but you're constantly spinning clockwise and you're like the shape of a pencil.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
There's a game that came out a little while ago. It's an indie game that came out. I remember because Kyle played through it. Called Roundabout. That kind of reminds me of that.
Okay, yeah. I think I know the game you're talking about, but it
You
is-
play as a
it's
you
like
play as a limousine constantly spinning, and you
Yeah,
have to like
yeah.
navigate through parking
Yup.
lots. Yeah.
Yup, it's the exact same game except
Cool,
it was
got
released
it,
by
alright,
Nintendo
I
in
know it.
2001. It's
Yeah.
it's a cute game. It's really short, I won't lie, and the story is non-existent. It's a little
Jordan, what are you
dare I
doing?
say-
He is
Singing
singing
Roundabout.
Roundabout. Yeah.
Oh.
He so yeah. It's a fun game. Does it deserve to be on this list? Probably not. But you know, I thought it was cute. I thought it was fun. I literally played it at the beginning of the month just to make sure like I could actually talk about it. And
Oh,
yeah,
good.
it was great.
I looked, I saw it in a video like just a week ago, and like I'm like, oh, this looks actually colorful and like something I might actually enjoy. And the problem with that is that I promised myself I was going to vote for Arcanum, and then I saw this,
Damn.
and then I became conflicted.
Well, listen, I don't expect Kuruin to make it past round 1 of the losers bracket.
Hey,
So,
Clanky,
I'm,
Nicktoons
like, very
Racing
okay
got
with
to 5th place last
I
year.
understand that.
I
but
still
3
haven't
of us
forgiven you
played
all.
Nicktoons Racing. You know, only one of us has played Kuruin.
Yeah, but you know what? Kuruin is probably an objectively better game. So
I don't know if that's true.
I don't know. It looks like something I'd like to try. Just the same, I'd like to try Arcanum. Thing about Arcanum is every time I tell myself I'm about to play it, I delay it, and I'm not sure why that is. I'm guessing it's because it's a CRPG from 20 years ago.
Yeah. So.
Go ahead.
Arcanum, and for the record, like you corrected. I say Arcanum. That's how I pronounce it.
I'm probably wrong. I
actually don't. I
Is
actually
it-
don't. I think like if I wanted to be really technical, I think it's like Arcanum or Arcanum. I guess I don't know. Whatever.
the A is pronounced with an O. It's Arcanum.
Yeah. Anyway, point being, Arcanum of Steamworks and Magick Obscura is a CRPG developed by Troika Games and published by Sierra, back when they existed.
I think they still exist.
Do they?
I have not seen the Sierra logo in a game for like 10 years.
I think
Yeah.
I think a lot of the team created a new company.
Okay, but yeah. Anyway, regardless, point being, yeah. So it's a fantasy CRPG, but unlike a lot of other fantasy RPGs, it differentiates itself somewhat by having more of a steampunk focus, and one of the big sort of
that'll do it.
conflicts in the game is between the use of magic and the use of technology. It is very much a CRPG that came out in 2001. If you've played, for example, if you've played one of the original 2 Fallout games, it's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about as user friendly as those.
And that's my thing, right? Is that I think that the the role playing. I mean, maybe not the role playing, but like I like exploring those worlds and like doing side quests. Like when you're actually experiencing Fallout, it's good. But when you're playing Fallout, if that makes any sense.
No. I know exactly how you feel. The game is really obtuse to get into.
So here's the thing. Arcanum was pitched to me as like one of the first, back when I was like in the early stages of Taylor is looking for a way to talk his way out of problems and find multiple ways to tackle a solution. Someone's like, so I was playing Arcanum and I got to the final boss and I decided he and I were gonna talk.
Yeah.
And we just chatted and then the game ended. And I'm like, that sounds awesome. I want to talk to the final boss and chat with him. And I'm just like wondering if like I'm more into that idea than I am about playing another CRPG that plays like old Fallout.
Yeah, so here's the thing. He is totally right. Like, the game is probably one of the single best, like, non-linear, like, CRPGs. Like, it's a fully open world. The game almost doesn't really seem to care if you complete the main quest.
Great.
Like, it doesn't railroad you at all in any way. Almost every single side quest has more than one solution. And there are even some sections of not just side quests, but even the main quest that it's actually easier to get through with dialogue than combat. Obviously, there are also some bits that are easy to get through the combat than dialogue. You can play this game pacifist. You can also play it genocide. You can kill. You can kill every NPC in the game, and there will be no problems.
Oh my god!
Wait, there's no consequences for killing every NPC?
No. There are consequences, but it will never like say, "Well, you killed the important NPC. Now you can't complete the game." No. You can complete the game. Any information that was like, "Oh, this is the character was the only one that had the information," they'll have a journal on their body that explains everything.
That's great.
The game will like you can literally just kill every single person you meet and still beat the game.
What does this game do that sets it apart from the other CRPGs of its era?
That's kind of hard to say. Like you're talking like in terms of gameplay and stuff, right?
Mostly, like, why should I play this one when I'm kind of not into the gameplay of Fallout 1 and 2? I'm asking. I really want you to sell me on this.
Okay, yeah. So what was your issue with the original one in terms of gameplay? Was it the fact that it wasn't like it was real time but also turn based?
It's just so slow and slow.
Yeah, so I will say, if anything, one of the things about Arcanum is that the gameplay can actually be a little bit fast paced.
Okay.
But like to a degree that I almost think is kind of a negative. Like let me put it to you this way: the game has 3 speeds: real time, which is really fast; turn based, which is really slow; and then fast turn based.
All right, you're giving me a lot to ponder. Why don't we?
Yeah, it's.
Graham, the 5 minutes you played of Arcanum, thoughts? Graham?
And while Graham's typing,
I'm Graham, and I like Kuruin.
So true, Graham. Oh man.
Oh, actually,
wait.
Sorry, one last thing I do want to mention. The game includes, and I mean this was kind of noteworthy for a game that was released when it did. You can create custom maps and missions in the game. It's got like an in-game like module editor.
Okay, I'm not using it.
No.
That one was for me.
All this is to say, Mick, that Arcanum is not a Batman game.
Oh, 100% not.
Are you sure?
It's not Batman Arcanum Asylum.
It can be if you want it to. If you role play.
I was making a dumb joke that none of you got.
Yeah.
Can you name your character?
That nobody got, Jordan? Are you sure?
Yeah. Oh, quick question.
Arcanum.
What?
What'd you say, Graham?
I am voting for Arcanum.
We aren't voting yet.
We're not voting.
Why are you saying where's my vote?
Kuruin, you can't take that back.
No. I believe you'll find someone else said that.
We weren't
But
voting.
it was a perfect impression.
It was
Yeah.
a perfect impression.
Yeah.
So I think we have to
Talking-
count it on that respect.
Well, you know what? Just for that, Graham is going to vote last.
Oh no, that's
Oh,
not
no.
fair.
Graham will be the deciding vote. Taylor's going to vote first.
Oh no, really?
Taylor, just
yeah.
before you go, can I ask one question?
Okay.
What was your opinion on the size of the world map in Fallout? Too big? Too small?
Fallout 1 was fine. Fallout 2 was one of the rare times when I had to stop playing a game because I was exhausted and actually managed to. It was one of the only games where I'm like, I can only play this a few hours a day. Or
I'm not
I'm
talking
going
about
to
game
stop.
length. I'm talking like the size of the game world.
Yeah, listen, it's very like. It probably isn't too big. I just wanted the game to end, and there were too many levels. It was a game that like I was, what's the word I'm looking for here? I didn't want to keep playing it, but I kept playing it.
Okay, Arcanum is significantly larger than Fallout.
I vote for Kuru.
Yeah, okay, yeah, there we
Okay,
go.
you know what, Mick? You've convinced me. I don't think I want to play this game anymore.
All right. One vote for Kuruin.
I mean, listen, on the one hand, I can play this
Yeah.
game with a huge map. On the other hand, I can play a game clockwise.
All right. All right, Christian.
Christian.
Well, judging from the way that the votes are going, it actually seems like I'm going to be the deciding vote. I think
Oh, fuck.
Kuruin is coolin. I'm voting for Arcanum.
Well,
Okay. Mick.
Come back to me.
Clanky.
I'm gonna be voting for Kuruin.
Graham.
I already voted. I voted for Arcanum.
Okay. And Mick.
I'm the deciding vote.
Yeah.
Yep. Please.
So,
Listen, Mick, if it's any consolation, you convinced me I didn't want to actually play Arcanum. Take
Yeah,
that
no.
for what you.
Can you convince yourself?
yeah.
Think of silly limo game, Mick. Just think of silly limo
Silly
game.
And remember, you can go clockwise, but you can also go counterclockwise.
If you hit a spring, you can go counterclockwise. That is true.
Oh my god.
And whenever you beat a final boss level, it's always like, "Oh, I'm so glad I found you, Marrowin," or whatever their name is, and then they'd be like, I don't know, they say stupid shit. It's great. You should play it.
It's like
Funny puzzle game. Funny puzzle game.
Monroe?
Funny puzzle game. With fucking rotating, or CRPG where there's a brothel where you can fuck a sheep.
Why wasn't that in your pitch?
can't do that in
Why did you spend 8 minutes
Kuruin.
telling me, here's why you actually don't want to play this?
Oh, really? Sorry, should I have included fucking sheep in the pros
Probably.
column?
Listen, it's not about whether or not I would fuck the sheep. It's knowing that I can fuck the sheep.
Fair enough.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
Don't die. Da, 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 da.
Christ.
Da, 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 da.
Screw it. I'm voting for Arcanum. It's not gonna make it out of the second round. So I don't care.
Oh, man,
the
that's just round
misery!
one.
I'm pretty.
Everybody wants to fuck a sheep.
I am pretty upset about that because I.
Oh, bah, bah.
Now we're just making sounds.
That actually sounds better than Dane Reynolds from Imagine Dragons.
Well, it doesn't. You don't have to try that hard.
Okay. So
So,
next one.
Learning that
Next one.
Christian just low-key despises Imagine Dragons is still my favorite thing.
No, me too. Don't worry. I don't like them either. They have one or two good songs, but I don't like them. Okay. The next two.
That was so funny.
It really was.
Uh,
I was gonna
guys,
do
you
Hans Moleman again, but I'm like,
fucking
no, let's. Man.
all right.
All right, the next
Trying-
one. We have Sonic Adventure 2, which is a Mick pick that also was Christian pick, and they picked it together. Which is taking on Pikmin, which is a Clanky pick.
Man.
Not Pac-Man, Pikmin.
A Clanky Pikmin.
The Clanky Pikmin. Yeah. Who wants to go first in this one?
Mick,
Well-
I was gonna let you start since you put this as number 1 on your choices.
Yeah. Okay.
But unless Clanky, you really wanted to talk about Pikmin.
I started for my favorite game ever, period, Kuruin, so it's only fair that...
Well, we said it. It's canon now.
Yep. Write that down. All right. Starting
Write
the
that down, write
timer
that down.
now. Yes.
And by the way, we might need more than 8 minutes for these two.
It's okay. It's gonna be like.
No, I think I can
15 minutes.
handle this.
Well, we all want to say things, I'm sure, but go ahead.
All right. So, Sonic Adventure 2. If you were a kid growing up at the tail end of the millennial generation, Sonic was the coolest thing ever. If you didn't know any better, like, and Sonic Adventure 2 was the king
peak
of
of
that
that.
because it felt like this was the coolest, most edgy, most mature story you've ever encountered.
What?
About, like, weird things, about, like, oh, there's this amnesiac super soldier from, like, a space colony, and he's in love with a human woman, or something.
Who looks like Alice from Alice in Wonderland?
Suspiciously so. There's just so much. I don't even know where... That's the thing. I don't even know where to begin with this game. Because it's Sonic Adventure 2.
May I help?
Are you gonna bring up the Chow Garden?
Well, I was actually going
I
to save the
was
Chow
gonna-
Garden for the tail end of our argument because that's our
Excellent.
smoking gun.
That's
You know?
the first thing you mentioned. It's the Chow Garden.
That's the argument ender. That's the mic drop. Is the Chow Garden.
Yeah,
But
exactly. Okay,
That's
fair
the
enough.
closer.
I will say to get the ball rolling. One thing I love about Sonic Adventure 2 is that it has 3 gameplay styles as opposed to Sonic Adventure 1-6. They literally shaved off everything in Sonic Adventure that sucked dick and made everything else in Sonic Adventure 2 better.
Well, it's a little debatable, but go ahead.
It's debatable, but I'm right, so that's okay. And
Taylor, I will give you. Let me say this: they made everything better. Doesn't mean everything is great.
I actually think the treasure hunting was better in the original.
Okay,
I think they made it worse because in the second game, like in the first game, all of the treasures were like marked at the same time. So like in the second game, like a shard, you have to find them each one at a time, otherwise they won't blink. And also the levels are bigger, so what you just end up doing is spinning around in circles.
okay. You know what? I will grant you that actually. That actually is valid criticism.
Valid
And like the
points.
treasure hunts are my favorite bits of the game, and so
Yeah.
like you know what? Yeah, I will actually give you that.
I think the levels are more interesting than they were in Adventure 1, personally, but we're not comparing this to
Theme-wise, yeah.
Adventure 1. So I just wanted to bring that up because, again, 3 gameplay styles, they refined everything super well. The shooting stages are a ton of fun. You just hear the entire time, and it's great. You get like 6 times combos. The speed stages are better than they've ever been with amazing set pieces. And since the speed stages aren't mixed with the treasure hunting stages, you don't have to worry about Sonic suddenly being dropped into a level that wasn't designed for him at all, which never happens in Adventure 2. Everything is designed for each character. Mick, would you like to take it from here?
Wait, what are you talking about in regards to the first one?
In Sonic Adventure, on say for example, Speed Highway, there are sections that you go into, different sections of the map. The last section of Speed Highway, for example, drops you into the arena where Knuckles searches for the emeralds.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Mm-hmm. Mick, would you like to continue?
Now, what I will say is that there are slightly less like gimmick levels in Sonic Adventure 2 than Sonic Adventure 1.
I'm thinking I mean...
What I mean by gimmick levels is something like, hey, you need to make enough money in this casino.
Well, okay, but
Play
outside of...
pinball until you
Okay,
win.
no, but Mick, like, okay, there's the pyramid where you have to fuck with hourglasses. There's the crazy gadget where you fuck with gravity.
No. But no. Those are gimmicks that enhance the level, rather than the entire level is just the gimmick.
Yeah, it's level mechanics as opposed to giant level-based gimmicks.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, but outside of pinball, does the first game do that a whole lot?
would say so. I mean,
Can you give me another example?
I mean, you could argue that Big's entire character is that.
No,
Yeah.
but we're not talking about gameplay
I know that,
style.
yeah.
We're talking about level design.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's fine. Listen, I'm just making you work for it.
It's
yeah,
1 to
I-
0 on gimmicks.
In fact, let me talk. If I can take the lead a little bit.
Okay.
I also love Sonic Adventure 2. I mean, listen. Let's be very clear. We're all talking about battle when we talk about Sonic Adventure 2.
Of course,
right?
yeah.
Because
yeah.
I don't think any of us have a dream. I had a Dreamcast, so.
Yeah.
I had a Dreamcast.
Did you? You see? Yeah,
Like-
you bought an Ouya at launch. Of course, you had.
It wasn't at launch.
I had a
That's
good
even
time.
worse.
Easter
That's
gift
worse.
from my dad.
Oh, okay.
Well, an Easter
It
gift
It was
from
like,
makers of
son,
the
I heard
Hanukkah
you
gifts
talking
from
about
last
the
year.
Ouya.
I liked this game whenever I was at a friend's house. He had it, and it looked cool, and I played it, and it was cool. God, I thought I actually had a lot to say about this, but if I'm not talking about the Chow Garden, I just realized I have very little. Rolling around at the speed of sound, got places
We knew it was gonna
to
come
go,
eventually.
gotta follow. You know what? I forgot that I fucking was so obsessed with City Escape as a kid that like back when Facebook let you like write little captions on the side of your profile, I just made mine the lyrics to Escape from the City because everyone who was like deep and soulful had to post song lyrics, and then someone gets on my Facebook wall and goes, "You posted the lyrics to Escape from the City wrong." I thought it
That
was
crushing.
Fuck no.
it was because
It was
I thought
Crush
it was
40ing.
no, because it's not follow. It's follow my rainbow. It's not follow my waveboard. I thought it was follow my waveboard because you're riding on a waveboard at the beginning. Can we just fucking talk about the Chow Garden? God, please.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about the Chow Garden.
Very brief, because then we have to talk about Pikmin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we
Yeah,
can just
because
talk
it's
about the
been
Chow
over
Garden.
like 6 minutes, and we gotta do
I-
Pikmin stuff.
Sonic
I would
Adventure-
love to talk about Pikmin.
I'll say something very briefly. Sonic Adventure 2 is named 2 because it has 2 games. One is the actual game, and the other is the Chow Garden, and both games feed into each other. You play the actual game to raise your Chow in the Chow Garden, and then you raise your Chow so you can, I gotta go get more Chaos Drives, go back into the levels, play the levels, feed your Chow, play the levels, watch your Chow race, fight each other, they're your pets, they're lovable, they're family. They're family!
I
And-
had Chow.
It's so family.
I had Chow.
Yay.
His name was Timmy. It was one of the only games I could get my sister to play with me. We raised him together. We just sat there. We fed him animals. We raced with him. He evolved into a hero Chow. We took him to the hero garden, and he never died because we never saw him again. Because we stopped playing.
Oh.
Oh no, Chows die. That's the thing. It's a circle of life. Dude, Jordan, this is like literally the you can start a family game. Okay, they grow up, they learn to swim, they cry, they fuck, and then they die.
I don't
Jesus.
think they ever
That's
fuck.
average Tuesday
They do.
night for me.
Yes, they do. How do you think they breathe?
Usually with their lungs.
Alright, yeah, now we should probably go over to Pikmin. Give Pikmin all the time that he
Pikmin,
needs.
Pikmin,
We'll not
Pikmin,
worry
Pikmin,
about the
Pikmin.
time limit.
Okay, so Pikmin. I'll try to be as quick as I can.
Nah, don't
So,
rush it too much.
Pikmin 1 is my favorite Pikmin. It might be one of my favorite games ever. I go back and forth between if I like Pikmin or Pikmin 3 better, and ultimately, I think I like Pikmin 1 more. There's a real sense of urgency to the game because you only have 30 days to, beat it. And, like 30 in-game days, not 30 real-life days. And the days are like a
Okay,
13-minute game. Anyway, the idea is that, like, even though it is a pretty short game, you're supposed to kind of replay it and see how much better you can get at finding all your ship parts before you, before the 30-day time limit comes up. And, it was a game that I have a lot of attachment to because I remember, like, when my dad got me a GameCube, like, when I was a wee lad, he also got me, like, Pikmin with it, and it was one of those games I played the shit out of. It's super fun. It's like it's like an RTS is the genre, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you consider Pikmin?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah, it's not a
an
typical RTS, but it technically is a strategy game that runs in real time. So
Yeah. So basically, for all zero of you that don't know, you have to like gather your ship parts by help of the Pikmin, and they carry like, you know, either like pellets to their ship to make more Pikmin. They can carry like enemy carcasses or whatever, and they can also carry your ship parts and bring them back to your ship. And there's 30 ship parts to collect in 30 days, and yeah, so I just really like the game. I won't say much else, but it is really fun. It's really unique. It's probably one of the most unique games I've ever played, and even though it is very short, the replayability is incredible, and I love all of Art's stupid face.
I think Pikmin is one of the rare examples of a game that you can't know if you're going to like it until you actually sit down and play it. It's one of the examples of a game where footage does not do it justice. You need to actually take control and understand what it feels like to juggle the tasks yourself. Because whenever I saw Pikmin, I'm like, this does not look like something I would ever enjoy playing. And then when I eventually did sit down and playing, I'm like, oh, it's really fun to constantly be working towards goals. And when you are able to get more than one ship part in a day, and like, you know, originally it's like, 30 days for 30 ship parts. Okay, so you do one ship part each day, but that feels like you're cutting it very close. And then you slowly break down the curve to like be able to beat the game in, let's say, 20 days. That feels really good as the weight slowly gets lifted off your shoulders, and you have just time to breed more Pikmin.
I really feel like Pikmin is the kind of game that really wouldn't exist nowadays, because like this game that sort of like is like that starts off the game and tells you have 30 days until you die. Now get out there and start fight. Like everything about Pikmin benefits from being made as an early GameCube game. You are dropped on this alien planet, and everything looks alien because the GameCube is like this was like one step away from a tech demo graphics, so everything looks like horrific aliens, and it's like. Nothing moves naturally, everything is awkward and scary, and you're in this really frightening environment, and that's something that I think Pikmin, like, excels in. It excels in being a very, almost frightening game, where you are never one step away from uncertainty, and, like, all of the safeguards in the later Pikmin games don't exist, so, you know.
Well,
one thing
safeguard does
I really
always
do
exist,
like
just
about
save and reload.
Well, that
one
is
thing I really
true,
do
but...
like about one thing I really do like about the first Pikmin 2 that you kind of reminds me of, Christian, is that, like, besides the first day when you're on the planet and they're, like, trying to, like, give you your bearings, you're pretty much, like, after that, like, once you get to the second day, it's open season. Like, you can pretty much do everything you want as long as, like, you know, like, the map opens up to you and or rather, like, the new maps open up to you, and, like, after you collect enough ship parts, you can unlock more maps, but they pretty much, like, stop holding your hand after the first level, or the first day, which I really like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's something I think I really appreciate about Pikmin 1, is sort of like its sense of freedom and being like, I'm not going to fight the burrowing Snaggarts in the Forest of Hope until the last day, because I don't want to do that. Instead, I'm going to go fight the Puffstool because he's a funny bug, and I'm going to go tip him over and bully him. It's funny.
So true.
And also, like, you think that, like, the maps are, like, super huge, but you realize that they're just very densely packed, and that makes it feel a lot better for me. Is that I don't feel too overwhelmed by the distance between all the ship parts. All right, we've
spent 12 minutes on this very topic.
But these were big ones. So
I don't think any round is going to go as long as this.
Well, you say that now, but this is also the Yearlies.
This is the Yearlies after all. So
I did try to be as quick as I could.
We like to talk.
Yeah, sorry, I took like 8 minutes on Sonic Adventure 2. Sorry. If you want to spend some dedicated time.
These are two very big games, so I get it.
Yeah, if you want to spend some more dedicated time talking about Pikmin in the future rounds, I'm totally for it.
Yeah, I mean, it clearly, I think it's not going to be a one and doneer.
Mm-hmm.
So, going on to the vote, we are still starting with Taylor.
I was trying to think of it. I was gonna just sing more Crush 40, but
yeah, you can.
Well, listen, Pikmin's great, but it has the burrowing Snaggart as a boss, which is one of the worst bosses ever. So I vote for Sonic Adventure 2.
I disagree.
Okay.
I do disagree as well, but like, it is probably still my least favorite part of the game. Granted, this vote is really, really difficult for me because I actually fucking love both of these games so goddamn much. I really do, and I hate that I have to vote one of them out. Pikmin was one of the first games I ever played, and like, I must have played it more than 20 times, and I never beat it. And like, I adore this game so much. And Sonic Adventure 2 was like, like, both of these were almost like like, I mean, more so Sonic Adventure, I guess, than 2, but both of these were, like, introductions to some of my favorite franchises of all
Christian,
time.
if it makes you feel any better, whatever doesn't win is probably getting out of losers round 1.
Like, almost assuredly. But at the end of the day, as much as I don't want to do this, I know that I like Sonic Adventure 2 more.
Yeah. Mick.
I am going to vote for Sonic Adventure 2 because I've played it and I love it.
Okay. Clanky.
The only thing I can say I know for sure I like about Sonic Adventure 2 is its music, so I'm voting for Pikmin.
Yeah. And Graham.
I'm voting for Pikmin.
All right, 3-2.
Rest easy, Pikmin.
Sure.
You will win this losers bracket and come back so strong.
Here's
Pick
hoping.
Graham.
All right. So, the next bracket has been keeping me up at night for the past 2 weeks. It is Halo Combat Evolved, which I don't even need to look back into the Discord. It's a Graham pick.
Yeah.
Versus my wild card pick, which is The Simpsons Road Rage. Guys, can I go first?
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
Go for it.
Yes, sir.
All right. Because I'm shooting my shot here. All right, I'm going to start and I'll try and be brief because I know you.
Please
I know a
don't
lot of
jack
people
off
here.
during the yearlies.
I'm
Please
not
do.
going to. Graham, I save that for you. I'm going to be brief because I know that a lot of you want to talk about this. Starting the timer now. Simpsons Road Rage was a game that I got right when I got my first gaming system at the ripe old age of 12 because I didn't play video games really as a kid. I just got the PS2 my dad had in his office at home. And so I just had some cheap games that were around, some MLB games, MLB The Show 2007, and Simpsons Road Rage, which was just hanging around. Because I think my dad had it in his office. And I just sat down and played it, got the hang of it, and I'm like, so you just play as Simpsons characters, you go around, pick people up, collect missions, and this was before I even knew what Crazy Taxi was.
Well, you don't collect
just-
missions, you collect fares.
That's what I mean. You do missions, you do like fairs, you bring people to other things, and you see all these amazing facets of Springfield. You collect different objects. I just loved doing sprites of this game. What I would do if I was really bored, I would do the Sunday Drive version of this, where I would just pick people up and go around town until I got tired. And just because what's great about it is they have Simpsons writing, they have Simpsons voice acting, they have all these different characters and stories to do. It's very much a well thought out Simpsons game at the peak of the franchise. And I just love this game so much. I have so much nostalgia for this game. I would play as either Professor Frink in his floating car, or I would have Marge in the Canyonero because joke, or I think I would do Chief Wiggum's Paddy Wagon once or twice. But this game spoke to me as a Simpsons fan. It spoke to me as a fan of don't take it too seriously type of gaming. It was so much fun. It still holds up all these years later, even if I haven't. I need to pull out and play it one of these days. It just makes me feel very warm and gooey inside, and I love it so much.
Oh god, don't say pull out and then warm and gooey in the same sentence.
It's innocent. It's completely innocent.
I know. I'm gonna back you up, Jordan, because I want to say why I think Road Rage is actually better than Crazy Taxi. Okay, here's the deal. Crazy Taxi has, I think, 2 stages. Road Rage has 6. Crazy Taxi, maybe it advertises Pizza Hut, and maybe that's a good thing. But it also means it's a game with product placement everywhere you go. In The Simpsons, the product placement is The Simpsons. Crazy Taxi has 4 characters, and they all look stupid. Simpsons has like 18 characters or more,
and they're
left,
wonderful.
and they all have the same personalities from the show. And you pick up people as Grandpa, and he goes, "Back in my days, we called sandwiches Freddy's. They cost 4 playing cards a bite." This game is actually funny, whereas Crazy Taxi just tries really hard to be stylistic, and like it's okay. Like, hey, have some fun with Crazy Taxi. I guess that's like That's nostalgic, I guess, but I think I'll take the humor of The Simpsons over that any day. Crazy Taxi, you just play the game and it's just an arcade setting. There's nothing to work towards. When you play Road Rage, you're actually every time you play, you're contributing to the greater goal of making, I think, $1 million.
it's
Either
Something
100.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's $1 million.
Yeah. So every time you play, even if you don't do well, you have value there. So I actually feel incentivized to play. I've never actually seen the ending, and I'm gonna go back and play it soon because
Neither have I.
I would really like. I would
won't
really
say
like to
anything,
make $1
but
million.
It's disappointing.
Why would you say that?
Because.
Don't tell me that, please.
Okay.
Now I'm not excited.
Can I talk really quick?
This is my last thing.
Yes, please, because I know. Okay.
My last thing is that there's a mission mode, which I think just adds more to
Yeah.
the gameplay. And Crazy Taxi
I
doesn't
like
have,
that.
I think, anything other than its arcade mode.
Right. Okay. I know Clanky has things to say about this game. So.
I'll be really quick. So, if you guys don't know, I've been trying to play through every Simpsons game ever made.
Yes.
And Road Rage was a very big breath of fresh air because it's actually good. The thing that I would say is that I never recommend to anybody try to 100% Simpsons Road Rage because it's, don't get me wrong, it is fun, but it's grueling.
You can't.
What?
I mean, what's the 100%? You collect $1 million and you beat the missions.
Yeah, it's grueling. I've done it before. It's grueling. So, like, you know, after a while, you get into, like, the swing of it and everything, and, like, you're able to figure out your best way to make money, and it's great. It's excellent. As a Simpsons fan, I love Simpsons Road Rage. Yeah, I would just say that getting $1 million is kind of a chore. Still, great game, great characters. I love the characterizations of the Simpsons characters. I think it works really well. I really like all the clips that they say, because even after hearing them, like, 50 times and 60, 70, 100 times, like, I still find some of them funny. Some of them get grating, but, you know. And yeah, super good game. The best characters are Grandpa, Snake, and Apu. Just statistically, they have some of the best stats in the game, and they're really good. And I love being able to hear Grandpa's stupid voice, like Taylor said before, with like the clips that he says, or the clips that he says. They're really.
What
great.
year is this?
Smithers!
Where are the mobs?
Smithers!
Smithers.
And you can pick up Hans Mole Man.
Yeah.
All right, Halo time.
Yeah. Okay.
Halo.
Ba-da-da, ba-da-da. This game needs no introduction. This is probably one of the most, like, genre-defining games you kind of covered on the Yearlies thus far. Like, this sold an entire console and has, like, arguably the Xbox maybe will possibly could have just died in, like, the original era, because, like, I can't really think of, like, any other really, really big Xbox original console games other than Halo and its inevitable sequel.
Is that a testament to Halo or a detriment?
No, that's a
to the
testament to
Xbox?
Halo. No, that's a testament to Halo.
That the Xbox, the only thing Xbox had going for it was Halo.
Well, no, I'm
If there was
And Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball.
yeah.
What I was gonna say was, if a console only had one game going for it and that alone sold it, it must be a pretty good fucking game.
Yeah.
But is it the best Halo game?
Does it have to be?
Well, Simpsons Road Rage is the best Crazy Taxi game, so.
Like, what's
Yeah,
the
but
best
it's not-
Bubsy
it's-
game
but
versus the
it's
best
not hit-
Halo game?
It's not hit and run, though.
I think
That is
Road
true.
Rage might be better.
I disagree.
I think it's better.
I think it's very good.
No,
I
but
think
like,
both are good.
well, hold on.
So can I want to say something about Halo?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah,
Halo was in many ways the first game to ever prove that you can make first-person shooters on a console and they won't suck.
Mhm. Like, you could, like, as much as, like, it may have seemed on, like, the later episodes of Capture the Kid, I think that was just mostly the side effect of, like, playing with Halo with someone who didn't like Halo.
yeah,
I didn't realize that.
a lot of things.
No, Casey didn't like Halo.
Okay.
Playing...
Didn't like me.
You also weren't very good at it. Okay,
Well-
let me clarify. You weren't very good while talking at the same time.
Yeah. That was funny, though.
Listen, if
Yeah,
there's
which
one
is
thing
what's
I learned
important.
from that playthrough, it's that Halo is just like Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Endgame.
The other thing I learned from that playthrough is
But yeah, but like no, like this is a very you can pick up this game like you can't go back to like GoldenEye and like have like the same like experiences.
Shut up!
yeah.
Yeah, face the truth. But
No.
you can easily pick up Halo and still have a lot of fun. It has one of the most famous pistols of all time.
More like pistol.
One of the most overpowered pistol ever made. It brought us just like the impact it had. Also, like this is what gave us Red versus Blue. This is what gave us a lot of machinima, just as a concept. This was the first inklings of having like a really big and like dedicated multiplayer system with like LAN parties and stuff. They kind of like took what GoldenEye was setting up and like ran with it and improved upon it. This is set up the Halo expanded universe, which I've been talking to Christian about. Just all of like the really interesting things that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
This game is like a meteor impact on for like this for the impact that it had on the industry.
Honorable mention impact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still a lot of fun.
I'm ready to vote.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless anybody has any thoughts on either of these games. We start with Taylor.
Guys, I promised Jordan that this would be a fair fight. Don't let me down. I vote for The Simpsons Road Rage.
Christian.
Come back to me.
All right. I know how this is going to go. Mick.
Halo.
Clanky.
With much respect to Halo, I'm giving it to Simpsons Road Rage.
Graham.
Halo. I just wanted to make it drawn out for no reason.
Yeah, I know. Christian, I'm getting back to you. Now remember,
Mm-hmm.
I've been nothing but good for you all these years. I've been nice to you.
Jordan,
I've
that's
wished you
all.
a happy birthday.
Jordan, when you
I've
do
checked up on
No,
you
Jordan.
when you've been really feeling shitty.
Jordan, when you do this, he votes for the opposite thing. Don't do it.
I don't spite people.
Christian.
Every entry, every Yearlies, there's this one pick that has like a please pick me or else they'll send me back to the orphanage.
Christian,
Okay, I should go through my
Christian,
spiel because I hope my spiel
Christian.
will.
Taylor has convinced me that I actually have a chance here.
All right, so here's why I'm voting for what I'm voting for. I think I like both of these games about equally. I ran it through the algorithms in my head, and I could not for the life of me decide which one I like more. I have played the entirety of Halo Combat Evolved, and I quite like it a lot. I have seen Clanky play in The Simpsons Road Rage, and it looked really, really fun. So, I think both of these games resonate equally with me. So I had to come up with something that was going to help me vote. So I came up with this. And, you all might complain about this, but, like, this is how I'm going to decide this. I thought about what if this was the final? What if this was the final bracket right here? Which game would I rather... Not only which game would I rather see, but which game do I think deserves the number one spot if this was the finals? And at that point, it became obvious to me that with much love and respect to The Simpsons Road Rage, I have to vote for Halo Combat Evolved.
Fuck you. Coward.
Coward.
Just the fucking absolutely no apologies. Fuck
You heard the
Fuck
rage
you.
in Jordan's voice. He was angry.
Oh.
Not actually, but yeah.
Because Christian was the one who came to me and was like, I don't think Jordan has to worry.
Did I say that?
Yes, we had a
Yes.
conversation when you were like, Clanky is definitely voting for The Simpsons Road Rage. I think it has a chance at winning.
Because I remember keeping my vote a secret from you.
Well,
No, you
let's
said
see,
you
it could-
didn't keep it a secret. You
it could
genuinely
still
had
wind
no
up
idea.
number 2, at least.
Look, let's just
Well-
get to the next vote so I can determine whether it's going to win the loser's bracket or not on my end.
Well, considering what two are next, I think this is... I fucking hate these. Anyway.
I feel you,
where do
Jordan.
I
I'm
put up
sorry,
with you
though.
people? Why do I put up with you?
Don't worry, Jordan. I
It's my
also
fucking
despise the
day
Yearlies.
too.
I think we all hate it like a
On
small
his,
percentage.
on his birthday, guys.
It's just a little guy.
Well, he's not. If there's anything we know about Jordan.
Yeah, he's a pretty tall guy. You're right.
Kick a field goal with you. All right.
Did somebody say
we
kicking
have
a
the
field
next-
goal?
I didn't know
No!
yet. I didn't know
Kick
you had
a
a
field goal
twin.
with
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Now my Discord view has 2 moments again. I had to scroll up to get them
Many
before.
moments.
There's never
Too
enough.
many moments.
Well, the problem is these two are
All
going
right,
at the
all
same
right,
speed.
all right, all right,
All right.
all right. Okay, here we go. We have 2 Taylor picks up next. We have Jack and Daxter and Paper Mario. Both of these were submitted by Taylor. Sorry, I had to check the chat again.
Taylor fights his greatest opponent.
Taylor, do you want to go first?
I guess I have to, but I'm also starting the next round.
If Graham's
So-
okay with that.
So,
I'll
Yeah,
go
that's
first.
Fine.
Okay, cool.
oh, Mick, do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. So,
right.
Jack and
Okay,
Jack
go.
and Daxter. I've never played Jack and Daxter apart from like 3 minutes. So I had a GameCube. My cousin David had a PlayStation, and Jack and Daxter always looked like a really cool grown-up type game. No, I should clarify. It wasn't Jack and Daxter 1. It was Jack and Daxter 3 I was looking at. And so it seemed like cool, edgy, and mature at the time. And so that's kind of that's always been my impression of Jack and Daxter. But then I looked at the game as an adult, and I'm like, oh, never mind.
Well, so Mick, that's why I'm so glad you went that direction, because that's why I like the original. Because Jack and Daxter is the innocent one. Jack and Daxter came before the game was like, we need to be really fucking hardcore and make the next game Grand Theft Auto. This is just a game that's like, hey, we're a 3D platformer on the PS2, and we're humble like that. We have a cute, colorful mascot with quips. He falls into a vat of purple, and you're just going to go around this well-polished game, collecting power cells, catching fish, collecting the different color ecos, beating up a pelican one time, and it just flows really well. And you know something? I was gonna, if Mick hadn't gone first, I wouldn't have been able to feel as confident in my pitch, because at the end of the day, yeah, this is a 3D platformer. We talked about lots of 3D platformers, and in that sense, is this all that much more special? I can't promise that, but as far as iconic, in the same way that Halo is iconic on the Xbox, Jack and Daxter was an iconic part of the PlayStation. And I think Jack's character design is really cool. It's like, it's a very video game thing. I don't
that sentence.
look.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry. I just assume that if anyone is laughing and there's a red dot on my Discord, someone has sent Hans Moltmann getting hit with a football.
No, sorry. It was just you said the line. It's a very video game thing, and I don't know, that line just kind of cracked me up.
We've got 2 moments on full blast right now, so it's okay. We don't need any more.
No, listen. There's not like a whole lot left to say. If I know that there are enough people here who like 3D platformers, but if you like 3D platformers, you'll have fun here. And it's like that's got to be enough sometimes. It's just a reliable, polished 3D platformer.
Okay.
And just once again, it's the only one of the franchise that really plays like this. After this, they basically were like, let's Shadow the Hedgehog this shit up. And to be fair, people would say that they did it in a way that made it cool where Shadow the Hedgehog failed. But I hate where they pushed the direction of the series. Yeah, okay. Am I expected to also talk about Paper Mario?
I mean, I can talk about it
Take
briefly.
that last sentence and say about the same thing about Paper Mario.
What, that Paper Mario?
You said that like you don't like where they took the series, right?
Right. Oh, well.
Paper Mario took longer. Like,
That's true.
Paper Mario had a little bit of time, and Paper Mario had the advantage of being so beloved that people were able to figure out ways to make successors to it, in ways that kept it original. And also, you could argue that Paper Mario stayed good a lot longer than people give it credit for.
because I think Super Paper Mario is actually a good game.
I do too. and I'm not going to talk about the others because I don't want to start a whole other thing, even though I may not feel the same way as other people. But I like Paper Mario, and I'm not sure, but I might actually like it more than the Thousand Year Door, and you can disagree, Clanky. It's okay. I just think that I might like the level design in Paper Mario a little more. I think. Go ahead.
I was really quick. Sorry. I will say that time hasn't been as nice to Thousand Year Door as I would have appreciated. I still think I like Thousand Year Door more than the original Paper Mario.
Combat-wise, it's definitely better.
I will say that, like, exploration-wise, Thousand Year Door, I'm not going to say it's bad, but it's not, like, amazing design. You know what I mean?
No.
And I think it's good. I think it's great. Amazing.
What I've been thinking about the entire time I've been thinking about about talking about Paper Mario is I've been thinking about Shy Guy's Toy Box.
I love that place.
I really think Shy Guy's Toy Box is a really great level. And that got me to reminding, how did that level start? Oh, I remember. There's a segment before that where you're Peach in the castle, and it's either Bowser. Yeah. You sneak into Bowser, and Bowser's like, hey, can you answer me these questions about what Mario hates? And depending on how you answer, he'll put those things in the level. So, like, oh, Mario, you could either say Mario hates Goombas or Mario hates stat-boosting mushrooms. And he'll okay, I'm going to send him a stat-boosting mushroom to guard the first gate.
I remember they brought this back in Super Paper Mario, and you can actually, like, answer a question with, like, Mario likes one of the bosses that you fought earlier, and you have to refight a boss if you choose that.
Yeah. And that got me thinking, too, the Peach segments may also be a little better in the first one, too. Because the truth is, and I know that we're not really talking about the Thousand Year Door, but the whole Peach getting a computer to fall in love with her arc, I don't think is my favorite part of the game.
The Bowser segments made up for the Peach segments, I think, in Thousand Year Door.
Right, but there are no Bowser segments here. And I'm saying, like, I felt like Peach was more involved in this one in, like, a weird way. Like, I'm pretty sure, isn't there, like, a quiz show you get to do with her? And I just remember, like, I felt like her segments were a little more unique because you got to explore different parts of the castle while you were locked up, if memory serves. Also, Thousand Year Door had crystal shards. In Paper Mario, you get to play as you get the actual star spirits, which later went on to be the mascots of Mario Party 5.
Yeah, and I was always really confused about which game they came from.
They came from Paper Mario.
Oh yeah, but when I was a kid, I had no chronological consistency. So
also,
like...
this is sorry.
Oh yeah, you got.
This wasn't in my notes, but there's also like there's this baby that stalks you the whole game. Like you beat him up, like you beat him up because you step into his playground, so he fights you. And then he just stalks you the whole game, challenging you to duels, and every time he, like, grows an appendage.
Oh, that's so disgusting if you were, like, out of context. Holy shit.
Well,
the second game on this list that involves us having to kill a baby that is unreasonably powerful.
No, wait, I think I'm exaggerating. I just know that
Brief on Road Rage.
I think I'm at a certain point, he grows wings. I know that.
Like, if you said this was Fallout, this would be a completely different, like, fucking...
Yeah. I just knew it would be funny if I used the word appendage. And then I think I might like the side quests just a little bit more in this one because I don't think they're well handled in either because there are a lot of backtracking. But in this one, there's just this old man turtle who's like, I don't usually ask for favors, but will you do these 75 favors? And then, like, he usually just gives you 1 coin, but every third favor he'll give you something really good. What?
I will raise you that in Thousand Year Door, doing one of the side quests gives you a whole ass partner, which is
but the actual side quests are so bad, like as a whole, because they're like, go here, then go here, to be told to go here. That's not the argument here. The point is, neither of them have great side quests, but I think
the starting town in Thousand Year Door has a noose.
And also, I think the partners in Paper Mario are good, and a lot of them in Thousand Year Door I feel like were ripped off from the ones in the first one. Paper Mario is great, and I don't think we talk about it enough because we're always talking about how Thousand Year Door shaped the future, so I don't feel like a lot of people give Paper Mario the credit it's due. And I want to take the time to give Paper Mario the credit it's due.
Okay.
Credit delivered. Directly to Nintendo headquarters.
I'm sure they appreciate it.
They're
Yeah,
definitely
sure.
listening
Sure
to
they
the
were.
Yearlies, like, really
Yeah.
intently going, oh man, I hope Paper Mario wins.
Okay, Clanky, I need to ask you something. This
Yes.
is exactly the sort of thing Nintendo would do, is listen to the opinions of 5 people and drown out the opinions of everyone else in their fan base for
Yeah.
no reason.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah,
what they
no. This
So
is
we have to be very
this is
careful about what we
this
say
is
next.
getting fed into the Shigeru pod.
do. Shigeru pod.
Shigeru's pod.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
He's
you
like
know
in
what
a
I was
vat and
going.
he
You know what?
doesn't
That tall
know
guy has a
what's
point
going on
about
in
Simpsons
the
Road
game.
Rage.
This
Yeah,
reminds me of a story.
We're to make Mario the next Crazy Taxi franchise.
Yes, I'd
No.
love that.
We're gonna call it Waluigi's Taxi.
Now I only have one moment.
Yes.
Weird tangent.
Um.
I've always wanted to be in a Bactopod. Like what's in the gift.
Let's vote.
I'm ready to vote. Yeah.
I love
You're right,
this
Graham.
guy
That
so
was a
much.
weird tangent.
Yeah,
I love
Everything
this
you
guy so much.
advertised.
yeah. I am nothing if not consistent.
I am ready to vote.
Oh,
It's
man.
true.
All right, Taylor.
Can someone put Mole Man in that vat?
I don't have the time to Photoshop it. Taylor.
I'm thinking. You might need to come back to me.
Okay, Traitor.
Oh, yeah, that's me. Right. Okay. It's a bit late to vote for Simpsons Road Rage. No, but it's a little bit unfair. I have seen all 3 Paper Mario games, and while I like Thousand Year Door the most,
There are not 3 Paper Mario games.
there are 3 Paper Mario games, and while I like Paper Mario Thousand Year Door the most because it's the only one I've played, I have seen all of Paper Mario, and I quite love it from what I've seen, and I really want to play it someday. So I'm gonna have to vote for Paper Mario.
Okay.
Benedict.
I am going to vote for Paper Mario.
Clanky.
I am also going to be voting for Paper Mario.
Okay. Graham.
I'm gonna vote for Paper Mario.
Taylor, what do we think?
Really, Graham, of all of the jokes you could do, you picked the least favorite joke of that entire channel. The one that everybody writes to him as like, stop doing that voice. It's
Okay,
terrible.
but what you don't see is everyone else writing him being like, keep doing the voice. It's great.
Well, Graham, thank you. Because people like you exist, I have to not enjoy that channel as much.
You're welcome.
In fact, because of that, I'm voting for Jack and Daxter.
You son of a bitch! I wanted a 5-0.
What the fuck are we talking about?
He's doing
Game
Aaron
Grumps.
in the Game Grumps in the Game Grumps Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. How much do you know about the Thousand Year Door, Mickey? Like, do you know that?
A bit, yeah.
Do you know that one of the chapters is a Coliseum?
Yeah.
Is like okay, so you know that there's like a host, and he's like
Yeah.
he looks so much like he's a Southerner from Texas.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
No,
Yeah,
the
I know
voice
the guy.
Aaron does for him, there's no other voice that character should have. That is how he should sound.
You're wrong. You're just
I am
wrong.
not. I am not. Taylor, if there's one thing I goddamn know, it's voices, alright?
Graham,
He's
I
not
have-
wrong.
Anyway,
I have never been more disappointed in your sense of humor than I am in this very moment.
anyway.
I have.
It's a challenge.
I'll be honest. I have, but this is a pretty low. This is low.
I'm disappointed in Graham today. It's
I'm
fine.
disappointed in other people in this Yearlies. Anyway,
This is gonna go on till 2009.
Christian,
yeah, it is.
Christian, this is his WarioWare DIY.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay, we got that out of the we got that out of the way tonight.
If Taylor didn't say it, I was gonna say it.
Guys, stop
is-
fucking posting Hans Molman getting hit by a football.
No, this is good.
I'm
This is
begging
good.
you. You're not even doing anything clever with it. You're
I'm-
just sending the same gift so
It's
that the
so
football's
funny, though.
played. Like 1 football, 2 football, 3 football, 4, 5 football, 6 football, 7 football, more.
Taylor, allow me to explain. I'm doing
This
this
is
on
exactly why I keep saying
Look,
that.
I'm doing-
Sideshow Bob Rake. If it's good enough for The Simpsons, it's good enough for us.
I'm
He's
doing
not
this on
getting hit
purpose.
by different footballs. It's not like he's getting back up to be hit by another football. These are parallel.
You don't know that.
universes.
I think
Well,
I think
I-
this is the best Yearlies joke we've ever had.
I'm doing this on purpose
Good.
because while we argue
Class.
about like games on the yearlies, it keeps my eyes focused to watch Molman get hit in the nuts with 2 footballs. Like it keeps my
But he's
brain's
not getting
neurons
hit with 2
firing.
footballs. It's the same one football, and he
I don't
just
even know who that is.
Maybe he has a twin.
All right.
So
See, this is good brain
Advance
food for me.
Wars.
This is brain food.
Okay.
Advance
good.
Wars
I'm glad
is a
for you.
Taylor pick. Ace Combat 4 is
A gram pick or eat my
Lamb
shoes.
I think it's a gram pick.
What?
I think it's a gram pick. No, it's eat my shorts. Yeah, it is a gram pick. Who
Eat
wants
pants.
to go?
I would like to go
Eat
first.
pants. You are Taylor?
Yes, I'm going first.
Okay, starting the timer now.
Haha, war! Let's get psyched! Hi, I'm Andy. My superpower is repairing tanks and having a good time. When I use my tank to kill infantry, I have a jovial smile. This game is basically if war was a shonen anime. It's hilarious in concept, but it probably shouldn't be. Getting that out of the way, this game is actually pretty good. It's got fairly memorable character designs. Each of the units has their own fun superpower and their own theme music. Lots of color. Very good entry point for the strategy game genre. This was my first, this was the first game that, taught me that I could enjoy a strategy game. It's similar to Fire Emblem, but instead of focusing on, a small strike team of units that grow over the course of several missions, you instead build expendable resources to amass a giant army to overpower your opponent. You capture buildings, you gain money, you use the money to buy more tanks. What a great joke war is. Am I right, guys?
Back to tanks.
What?
That was a joke for Graham and no one else.
Back to formula.
Back to formula.
But, I've never seen a game take a more jovial approach to war. And then, as the more this franchise went on, at a certain point, they're like, oh, right, we're joking about war a lot. Let's make the 4th game really, really depressing. And then they made it really tragic and depressing, and then the game sold so poorly that they could never make another one again.
Yeah.
Well, that's tragic.
I don't know if it sold poorly, but it was the last one. So I assume it did.
And then they were going to release 1+2 Reboot Camp, and then that never happened because of a war that happened between Russia and Ukraine.
Yeah, well, that's
Oh,
because
God.
the first major opponent you fight in Advanced War is basically
Russia trying
Yeah.
to invade a city, yeah.
yeah.
It was
I've always
very piss poor timing.
Yeah.
thought he was Santa Claus, but I mean, because his superpower is making the place snow.
And his
So-
legion is named after a beer.
His name is Olaf.
The Blue Moon.
Um,
Oh, wait, oh
Advanced-
my god, you're so right.
Advanced Wars is really good. I feel like it's not as anxiety-inducing as Fire Emblem because if you lose a unit, you're supposed to. The idea is you sacrifice. There's a bit of a rock paper element to it in the sense that certain units are better against other things. Like you can use certain tanks beat infantry, but I guess it's not really rock paper scissors. Infantry can't really do better than anything else, but they're good at taking over buildings.
No.
And-
In strategy games, that's usually called rock, paper, scissors, even if there isn't counterplay for, one unit.
Okay, yeah, because then
It's-
you have anti-artillery to take down planes, and the planes can take down boats, and yeah, it's Advanced Wars is good, and I like everything about it except for the final mission.
Okay.
Take it away, Graham.
Alright, so in stark contrast to Advanced War, Ace Combat is a game about how war is fucked. This was the first this was noticeably the first time the series was actually called Ace Combat here in the US, before it was called Air Combat. And this kind of was the formula setter for Ace Combat going forward, where you have a mission structure where in between you purchase upgrades for your jet and stuff, and all of the info is given to you by briefings. The story is like the basic story that is happening like of the whole game like as a whole is Aruja, who you'll remember is the bad guy from Ace Combat 7.
Graham, I'm trying my best.
Look, they take over like the continent. They take over a anti-asteroid series of defense towers called Stonehenge. By the way, I don't know if I ever I need to really, again state this. These games do not take place on Earth. Yet for some reason they have almost the exact same like mythology and like terminology.
Look, don't worry about it, okay? They mention bullets in My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic, and it's never explained.
No, this is but the other story that is told through this almost like kind of Ghibli-esque 2D animated series of vignettes is a young boy who is recounting like growing up during the war. His relationship with one of the pilots that you come in contact with, the pilot who also indirectly killed his entire family, and like all giving a face to all these like nameless soldiers that you're finding throughout the whole mission, and then it like just the final level is like this beautiful culmination of like finally putting an end to this conflict that has been so disastrous for both sides, as this amazing score plays that Jordan will probably have playing over as we're talking right now.
Yeah, just send me the right one.
Yeah. But yeah, like this is a very good. This is like one of two starting points for if you want to get into Ace Combat. This and Ace Combat 0. You can't go wrong with either game. But yeah, this was like when I played this on my emulator, I had a very fun time with it because it's Ace Combat. I love the Ace Combat series.
All right, you heard it. He emulates games. Arrest him. Get him.
You don't know that I don't also own it. Haha.
Arrest him. Get him.
I cannot be arrested in a way that matters.
What's a way that would matter?
Bold.
You go to arrest him. He simply isn't there.
Yeah.
Graham has disappeared.
I was late for my own arrest.
Yeah. One of the advantages, this soundtrack is pretty good, but again, this is like one of those that like if I play this while listening to the soundtrack that I made for playing Ace Combat games, it just improves it like 1,000%.
Even though you just said that there's a soundtrack that plays that makes you so moved.
Well, yeah, every track is good. It's only the final track that is blow your pants off amazing.
Okay. I think Advance Wars has music beat in that case.
If it has anything as good as the last track, I'd be very surprised.
Well, I think it's very difficult to say. It's on Game Boy Advance hardware.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like people have like made up their minds, so we can move on to vote.
Okay. And does anybody else have anything to say about either of these?
Don't think so.
Just to be clear,
Okay.
when I was doing that whole thing at the beginning, all of what I said was real. Like, the main character's name is Andy. He's like 10 years old, and his ability is to repair tanks and smile.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
smile.
Yeah, those are two good abilities, repairing automobiles and smiling is also what Megan Fox does in the Transformers movies. Okay. We start this one with...
It's her only contribution.
Well, hold on.
It is.
She also drives a tow truck with Bumblebee on in the first one.
Oh, yeah, okay. I stand
yeah,
corrected.
sure.
Thanks, Graham.
Schmuck goes first.
Okay. That's you, Mick.
Oh, it is?
No.
I thought it was-
No, kidding. So, Graham, I swear, I'll come back for you on Ace Combat one day. I swear to God I will.
I know.
But for now, it's Advanced Wars.
Okay, Mick.
I am going to vote for Ace Combat.
Clanky.
I'm voting for Advanced Wars.
Graham.
Ace Combat.
You and your dramatic pauses, Taylor.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Andy, and I vote for Advance Wars.
Okay.
His name's in the title, after all.
Yeah.
No,
It's
well,
not called Andy Wars.
it's not called Andy Wars.
Wait, did I just hear you say yeah? Did I just hear you
no.
say yeah?
You gaslit
Guys,
me. I'm like,
his full
yeah,
name.
he
His
said-
full
he
name is
said
Andy
that. I'm like,
Wu.
yeah, I can't dispute that. They both start with the letter A.
I got you, you motherfuckers.
God.
There's also Max and Sammy.
Max and
We've gone mad.
Sammy.
Sammy and Max.
Sammy
No,
and
what are you doing to me?
Sammy and his little brother Max.
Oh God, Max was such a prick. Like,
He's a
fuck
little
Max.
gremlin. I love that kid.
Max,
I love
we gotta
Sammy.
kill Lee Harvey Oswald.
I don't remember that episode of Max and Ruby.
You don't remember the
It's
episode
Max and
where
Jack Ruby.
they killed Ruby?
Max.
So you gotta watch the Rooter Zap cut.
Oh my god, is that oh yeah. Oh.
Hang on, don't worry, I'm bringing it back.
Mick. You mean to tell me the entire time you've been photoshopping Hans Moleman into a betta tank?
Yes, that is exactly what I was doing.
This is why you're the best. Oh my god.
Okay, I'm back. Oh, you put
back.
Molman in the
So good.
tank.
Oh, thank God. I just noticed
There
that.
he is.
So good.
Clanky, he's here. I'm a little blown. I'm a little like thrown that you started singing the Max and Ruby theme song. It's like
Yeah?
I like to just believe that that song isn't real, and by having someone else sing it, I can't gaslight myself anymore.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. I'll
So
never
since
sing
everyone's
Max and
here,
Ruby again.
can I say my 2001 story?
Oh yes, I suppose.
Yeah. Graham.
Yeah.
Graham, what were you doing
So-
in 2001?
It all started when I found this like weird black monolith.
Fuck
and
you.
Then, me and this guy named Frank, we like went to space. They're like, we gotta find out like where this monolith came from, and they like said it came from Jupiter.
Long story short, I met myself as a space baby. Don't worry about it. It's whatever.
Mick knows. Mick was
Yeah.
there.
I mean, I think it's the wildest
Um,
story any of us have shared at the Yearlies.
This happened when me and Mick got lunch.
And just to confirm, Graham, this isn't a bit, right? This actually happens.
No, yeah, this actually happened. You can look at that.
Oh, fuck.
Oh god, are you okay?
Oh God.
Yeah, I have no idea what the hell just happened, but for some reason, things just fell off a book just fell off my shelf and hit me in the head.
Oh, no, are you okay?
Oh god.
That sounds like a message.
It's just out
It's a
of
message
nowhere.
from God. It's God trying to attack your computer for photoshopping that.
These books have been on
no.
my shelf for like
We're getting.
almost I have not touched those books in like 5 years. I have no idea what caused them to suddenly fall.
We're getting our existential space movies mixed up. Mick just got Interstellared.
All right,
Yeah.
if we're doing Hans
Yeah.
Moleman in widescreen now, then it's time to keep going.
Okay.
Oh, he doesn't even fall
All right,
over in that
sweet.
one. What the fuck?
Just saw the back to tank moment.
It's really good.
This is
That's the thumbnail. That's the thumbnail.
That's the thumbnail.
You
That's the
guys-
thumbnail.
when I keep a running joke going in the Yearlies, I'm always worried that I've done it one time too many. I don't feel that way anymore because you guys have done this joke more times than I can ever hope to bring any other running joke
Look,
overboard.
And you
There-
know what?
there's
It's still funny.
there's an area where running joke does not get funny anymore, but the more you do it, the more it loops back into being funny.
Again, rape
Yeah, no.
joke.
That's how Gilbert Gottfried worked.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
guys, I'm
Silent Hill
I'm so
2,
excited
sorry.
for this round. Let's go.
Silent Hill 2 is a Kuruin?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And WarioLand 4 is a Taylor pick. Who wants to go
So,
first?
I do.
Who goes first? It depends on which one is funnier to go after the other.
That's a good point, Graham. Oh, it's a really good point. All right, someone tell me which one you'd rather hear pitched first.
I think Silent Hill 2 would be funnier if it went first. No, Wario Land
Yes,
would
it
be a
would.
funnier juxtaposition if Silent Hill 2 went first.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Sure.
All right. So,
Yeah, starting it now.
Silent.
No, sorry, Graham, continue.
Okay. Silent Hill 2 is one of the most definitive answers to, well, not just shut up.
Guys, just stop looking at Discord.
Not.
No.
It is not just the best game in its series. It is not just one of the best horror games ever made. It is probably one of the best horror experiences ever made, and a justification for why horror as a genre can and should exist. Because Silent Hill 2, at its very core, is an exploration of the things that it touches on themes and subjects that even in our everyday life that we find grotesque and things that are taboo and not brought up in any medium, let alone a video game in 2001. Follows the story of James Sunderland, who gets a letter from his wife saying that she's waiting for him in a special place in the town that they both like to visit, called Silent Hill. The only problem is that his wife, Mary, died 3 years ago. And the circumstances surrounding her death are very vague, and I don't want to talk too much about this game because so much of this game is about the exploration, discovery, how it draws you in to this mystery surrounding them. I will also say, for anyone this might sway some people, this is a horror game, but other games that claim to be horror games, I would argue, are more terror games. They're the jump scare or the all the sudden breaking of the tension. When I play this, I never really jumped out. But I still was always feeling that sense of unease and dread just through the sound design, just through the enemy design. This is where we got Pyramid Head, who is one of the most iconic figures just in general. Pyramid Head is such a striking figure, and his representation in the story is so well done that it really kind of sucks of how it brought him back in other stories, even though
he has no purpose in other stories like he does here.
Yes.
I will say, hopping off your terror thing, Graham, I think Silent Hill does one thing really, really well, and that's Silent Hill is a very disturbing franchise. It brings concepts that make you anxious and make you really I can't think of anything other than it is a game that could have the potential to burn itself into people's minds.
Silent Hill 2 also is one of the best examples for why some games are better with worse gameplay.
Yeah.
Because you are... the way I saw it phrased the best is Silent Hill 2, you don't win fights, you survive them. Everything is a bit slow, a bit clunky. The fixed camera angles that you're in means that you can never really get fully used to the swing that something might have, or the distance that you have to have between enemies. You have a radio that will buzz static when enemies are near, but that again, that ties back into the building of the tension, the building of the dread, because once you hear that faint crackling, it just seeps into your soul. And the music is fucking fantastic. There's so many tracks that feel like they shouldn't work in a horror game, but they add to this feel. And all right, my last words on it is I feel like there's been a lot of games that have explored like guilt in horror. This is less of. I feel this game is about guilt, but it's more of a guilt through the lens of punishment and atonement, if that makes sense. Just the way you interact with other characters, the way you interact with yourself, is such like a masterfully done game, and I'm very thankful that I've played it. And this will probably be leagues better than the remake.
Cracks knuckles, pulls up notes. Hold my Gatorade. All the bonus levels in WarioLand 4 involve you throwing an old man at buttons.
This is gonna be really close.
He's probably an archaeologist, and sometimes his mouth is open. This is one of the greatest weird things ever. The game starts, you fall into a pyramid, and then have to find birds with key noses to progress your way out. Bosses include Plant, Cuckoo Clock, and Evil Eggplant, which is going to traumatize your children.
I don't eat eggplant.
Progress is often blocked out, and you need to do various wacky things to Wario, like get fat, eat donuts, ignite yourself on fire, get flattened to a pancake, and float, having allergies to bees. Every level has a music record. And when you go to the place to play the in-game soundtrack, it is accompanied by a man in live action dressed up like Wario, dancing alongside to the music. Whenever you want, when you're buying power-ups to fight the boss, you can talk to a silhouette of a man who isn't Mr. Game & Watch and just ask him for a free smile. This game, all jokes aside, all of those things are real, but like the wackiness of Wario, like by itself is enough to sell the game. But it also is just, I think, the best looking Game Boy. It's definitely one of the best looking Game Boy Advance games out there. It uses its color palette so well. I think it's one of the best uses of the color palette in a Game Boy Advance game, with some really fucking great level themes. There's Pinball Machine, level where you race against dominoes, Haunted Hotel, Artistic Pigs, and the inside of a fridge. This game is really fucking wacky and came at a time that I was really not ready for it, but it reminded me just how fucking individualistic Wario could be, and why he's not Mario, and why they deserve to make more Wario Land games, even though after this they only made one more because WarioWare, even though it's good, just did way too well. But Wario Land 4 was like a send-off to that generation of Wario, and it's magical, and every time I play it, I'm like captured by this wave of nostalgia. I'm reminded of the times that I would just play it while I was getting my hair cut. I would sit in the barber's chair, the salonist's chair, and the hair would fall onto my Game Boy, but I wanted to keep playing the pinball level and throw the old man at some buttons.
Oh my god.
And also, I was told that even if I said this, it wouldn't sell you guys on the game, but I'm going to try. This game gives you a hand job while playing it.
What?
Okay, you're gonna need to explain. I'm regret.
No, don't
already
explain.
regret asking,
Too bad. That's all you're going to get.
Just go on Google and look up Wario hand job if you want to know.
They search.
Are you sure you want to do that, Clanky? Just remember what looking up puss did.
Oh yeah.
I need so little trigger words.
Yeah, Wario Land 4 is great. I think the levels are really fun to explore. I also like that when you get to the end of a level, you have to run back to the beginning, but like with you have to take a different path because blocks are reconfigured in such a way that you take a different path. And Silent Hill 2 may be like a scarier game, but Wario Land 4 is creepy as shit and will make you feel uncomfortable in all kinds of ways.
I guarantee you, if nothing else, Silent Hill 2 will make you feel more uncomfortable.
That is actually something
Graham?
that, as weird as Wario is, I think like Silent Hill might have it beat.
Graham,
Yeah.
this eggplant, man, this eggplant.
I think Wario might be one of the scariest non-horror franchises ever made.
His
But-
eggplant, Dr. Evil.
At the end of the day, this is like Dark Souls 2, but not the worst in its franchise.
Oh. It's high praise.
There's one little detail I wanted to mention for Silent Hill. Like it's one of the only games I've seen where you can like set the difficulty of both the combat encounters and the puzzles.
Maybe for that time that was a rare thing, but it's definitely something that you will see more nowadays.
Silent Hill may have started it, but Resident Evil, I think, picked it up soon after.
I don't even know if that's in Resident Evil.
Spider-Man does it.
Well, that's just like
Ooh.
turning puzzles off. This is like you can like have it be like easy, normal, hard, super hard just for the puzzles. Like you can make the puzzles extremely more esoteric and like in some entries of Silent Hill, you have to have like actual real world knowledge to solve the puzzles.
But does a man in a Wario suit come and dance to the music with you?
There's an ending where you can find out there was a dog behind everything.
That has nothing to do with a
Oh.
man in a Wario suit.
There's also
What is this
there's
scene?
also an ending where aliens show up, shoot you, and then the
That's-
game just ends.
That's the
Yeah.
first game. That's not even in Silent
No.
Hill 2.
That is in the second game.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god.
Okay.
There's
Maybe-
a UFO ending in every main
Hang
line.
on. That might be a thing with only the director's cut. Now I think about it, of Silent Hill 2.
An important distinction, perhaps, but would still be counted if it
All
was
right.
better. But
I've said my piece. I at the very least got Jordan to giggle, so.
and I'm ready to
Yes, I
vote.
giggled a lot. Okay. The one I'm still mad at you.
I'd like to stress for the record, Taylor, like I've told you before, this is nothing personal.
Just vote for Silent Hill 2. You already told me.
Wario Land 4 could have
Yeah,
been coated
yeah.
in solid gold and given you $1 million
Shut
for beating the game, but I still wouldn't have voted for it over Silent Hill 2 because I fucking like this is one of the most. This is like up there again with like
Listen,
Spec
you're
Ops.
rubbing salt in the wound.
I'm
because I
talking about
already
why
know I
I'm
voted
voting
it.
for the theme, and I just said I have nothing
Feel
against
the
Wario Land
hate flow
4.
within you, Taylor.
So, Silent Hill 2 is one of the most interesting games I haven't played up there with like Spec Ops and Journey and like those kinds of games, and like I really hold it in an immensely high regard.
All right, Christian,
so,
if you don't vote for Silent Hill 2 right now, I'm going to aid Jordan in picking on you for the rest of the bracket.
why are you doing this? I'm just explaining why I'm voting for my thing. Jesus Christ. Silent Hill 2.
Mick.
Silent Hill 2.
All right, well, I tried.
Clanky.
Silent Hill 2.
Oh, really? Clanky, it's
Graham.
Wario. You
Uh,
thought we were
yeah, Wario's
Wario.
great. I'm more of a Virtual Boy Wario Land kind of guy.
Oh,
Oh.
fuck you.
That makes sense. You own a Dreamcast.
I own a Virtual Boy too.
He got an Ouya at launch.
I got it for Easter.
Again, that's worse.
Silent Hill. Silent Hill.
Taylor, I'm sorry, man.
Whatever. I don't even care.
Now you know how I felt when Road Rage lost.
I already knew
How
how
do you know
felt.
how I felt?
Wario-
WarioWare DIY.
Why is it the Wario
It's
rounds always end in
always
pain?
Wario,
It's
yeah.
just- it's always the
Because-
Wario rounds.
Wario
Because
is-
Wario is not allowed to find happiness.
That's so upsetting for Wario.
No, it's not. He's kind of a dick. I mean, did you see what happened to that old man?
You mean Molman?
No!
You mean Molman?
No!
Yes, an excuse to post the gifs again.
Wahan.
Christian, we perfectly timed it.
No, I'm going for Wario Land 4. Can we move on?
No, yeah, I figured you did. This is the greatest. Okay. Insaniquarium is a Clanky pick, right? Yeah, I think. Yeah,
It is.
I'm doubting myself, but I just looked at it a second ago. While Luigi's Luigi's Mansion, or as Mick typed it out, Luigi's Mansion. Both Christian and Mick put that one up. So it's Insaniquarium versus Luigi's Mansion. Who wants to go first?
I can start. Oh
Okay.
no, wait, Clanky, you want to go?
I go ahead. I don't really have much to say about Insaniquarium, so go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna try to keep this as short as possible. Luigi's Mansion. Oh, start the timer. You got the timer start?
Go.
Okay. Luigi's Mansion is another one of those video games that benefited so much from being an early GameCube game where they weren't quite sure what style they wanted to go with yet. Because Luigi's Mansion is, like, terrifying because it looks incredibly awkward. Luigi looks like a different human being compared to what Mario was ever depicted as in any previous game. And, like, his stiff movements, like someone shoved a pole up his ass, are so, like, uncanny that it's just incredibly frightening. The mansion is not a Mario mansion. It is a regular-ass human hyper-realistic mansion. Okay, hyper-realistic might be going a little bit
Okay,
far.
can I actually jump? Can I jump in on that?
Okay.
So, because that's the thing that I roll about Luigi's Mansion, right? Is that everything, all the characters look like they look like Mario characters. The mansion is straight up just really fucking atmospheric and creepy. Everything is covered in dust. All right, it's creaky, it's old, it doesn't look fun in the slightest.
You know what, Mick? I'm going to disagree, though. I don't think they look like Mario characters. I think they look like 1930s cartoons.
What are you talking about?
They look like Mario characters. They look like Mario characters that died.
Yeah.
Like if the Mario character died and became Neville, the haunted library guy. Like,
yeah.
No, that's nearly Headless Nick. Maybe.
No, that's
Oh.
Moaning Myrtle. Neville didn't.
Oh, isn't Neville that kid nobody likes?
Yeah.
No.
From
Until he
iCarly?
almost saves the day.
Well, I guess he's also in Harry Potter. Like, he's got the Remember All.
We're talking about Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, no.
I thought we were talking about Harry Potter.
No. The ghost is named Neville.
Thank you.
Correct. Yeah, that's like the ghost that reads the book and shit.
Oh yeah, it is Neville. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
in Harry Potter or Luigi's
In
Mansion?
Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi's Mansion.
So in Harry Potter.
I like in Luigi's Mansion when you
Guys.
go to open a door and it goes wah,
Boop, boop.
you can't open it.
And
It's so
then-
good.
And then when he goes
Would
with
you
the
guys-
key,
would you
he goes
guys-
he shakes his hand in the door, and he's like his hand is shaking so much you can feel the sweat on your own hands as he slowly opens up the door, and it's like, oh god, this game is oozing with not just a bunch of tons of fear, but tons of charm as well. The sound effect that plays when you pick up a key, and he goes, "Burp, burp, burp, burp," and he just shoves it in his pants, and it's like, oh wow, that's incredible, it's so good. EGAD's
We're really
EGAD
just
in
going to do this the
general.
whole time, aren't we?
What? What?
We're really just going to make noises the whole time, aren't we?
Isn't that what we do every Yearlies? Is just make noise for 3 hours?
Well, EGAD says "suka suka
Yeah.
and then says that, and then so,
Waka waka, hey.
EGAD's one of the best character inclusions honestly in the franchise. I feel like, and
The fact that he's not in more spin-off games is a crime.
Honestly, I think he'd make a good Smash representative.
I wouldn't complain. So
I thought when
That would be insane.
you guys
but I-
the Simon Belmont trailer, I actually thought it was an EGAD trailer for a little bit.
That would have been an amazing pair to introduce together.
Simon Belmont and Professor
And
EGAD.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
would have been.
instead of Richter saving him, it's EGAD. That would have been wild. But yeah,
I mean, I like Richter more than Simon, so.
I'll finish off my Luigi's Mansion thoughts by saying I think, I think the jank honestly comes back to really help this game. There are moments where cutscenes will play and it'll freeze frame before cutting straight, before boss fights. Cutscenes will play and it'll hold on that frame for a while before slowly fading or have these inconsistent transitions. Nothing's ever the same. Nothing ever freeze frames and a lot of just these really strange, unexplainable moments, but probably what might be one of the best parts of the entire game is the game's sound design, which is mostly silence. And it aids in the atmospheric feeling of the mansion if you're walking around just hearing Luigi whistling into an empty hallways. And then when the theme actually does come in, it's like... Brr.
Yeah, because that's the other part. For the most part, the music you're gonna hear throughout the game, apart from the combats, combat sequences, the most music you will hear is this like really grungy cello sound.
Do 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 do.
It's also got this really nice, almost sort of Disney's Haunted Mansion type
Yes.
Kind of.
You're
Yeah.
like
so
vibe
right.
to it.
Yeah.
Like it's got like the music has this sort of jovial, some sort of jolly, but like a little bit off, you know.
It's like scary music, but it's a little like not scary music. It's like eerie music, but it's still got a little bit of pep in its step, like you expect
It's
from a Mario
spooky.
soundtrack.
I'll say that the contrast of the silence versus like the ghost sound effects, like I haven't. Well, please don't make that sound again.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just hurt my ears. Fuck. You broke my sound thoughts, man.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. What was I gonna say?
Something about look. Listen, I was trying to do the sound that happens when the ghosts jump scare you.
But the best part is that each ghost has its own
He doesn't
jump
like
scare
those.
sound.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I don't think there's one like because I remember like the ones like having like a more deeper belly laugh kind of. Oh.
Oh, I'm thinking of like the orange guy.
Yeah. Yeah, that
That's
guy.
the one. That's what I was trying to do.
God, Jordan, I swear to God, like at least change it up, like add something
Fight
to
the
it.
real enemy. Christian's the one that didn't vote him in.
What?
What, Hans Molman?
Oh, you're talking about road rage again?
Yeah.
All right. What
Can I
the
say-
fuck is Insaniquarium?
Really quick, before we get to Insaniquarium, I have to tell one story about Luigi's Mansion. I remember as a kid, like my dad like picked it up from like a video rental store, and I was like, "Oh, awesome! I get to play a new Mario game." And I was like 4 or 5 at the time, and my dad was like, "Oh, Anthony, you're a little scaredy cat bitch, so you're probably not gonna like this game too much." And I was like, "No, Dad, shut up! I'm gonna play
That's
this game.
Taylor.
I'm gonna love it." So I was like, he went to bed, and I snuck into the basement, and I played Luigi's Mansion. And then we got to the first scene when, like, the paintings imply that they killed Mario and Luigi's next, and I cried and turned off the game and went upstairs.
it's like I totally get it. Like honestly.
Yeah. But Insaniquarium, it's a PopCap game. Kind of like the people that made, Bejeweled and Plants vs. Zombies and Zuma.
Yes.
So, you have this fish tank, and your goal is to raise your fish, until and they give you like money. So you feed them, they spit out like coins from like their like bottoms or whatever, and you collect the coins. And your goal is to get enough money to buy a new egg. And that egg gives you a special pet that like gives you like special benefits, like the fish can produce fast egg or coins faster,
Clanky.
or like they can give you like extra money or whatever. Yeah.
This isn't the Dreamcast game with the talking fish,
No,
right?
no,
No,
that's
this is
Seaman.
not
No,
Seaman.
Don't worry
This
about
is not. What is that? Fishman?
That's
Seaman.
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 With
Like
Leonard
Seaman.
Maltin.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, so you have like a bunch of fish in a tank, and like the thing that makes this game interesting is you're not just feeding the fish to have them grow. Occasionally, aliens will attack your fish tank, and you have to shoot them and kill them so they don't eat your fish. If you have no fish, the game is over, and you have to you get to restart the level. There's 4 levels, 4 worlds, and like there's like I think like 5 or 10 levels in each. It's a game that will not take you a long time to beat, but it's very short, very sweet. I think it's great. It's cute. I really like when the fish die. I know that sounds fucked up, but when the
That's
fish die,
pretty
they
fucked up,
go-
yeah.
When the fish die, they go blah 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 blah, and it's so good. I love it.
That's like saying I like killing Pikmin to see the ghosts.
Yeah, no. But like the sound effect
Taylor,
that the Pikmin
Taylor.
make when they die is nothing compared to the sound effect that the fish make.
Taylor, might I refer you to earlier about beating a hooker with a baseball bat?
Listen, I was 8. Clanky is in his 20s.
Blah 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 blah.
I will say on top of that, Insaniquarium really is one of those games that's emblematic of the free PopCap games that come pre-installed on your computer. And so when you have no internet, like I had at several points in my life, if you have no internet, well, what better thing to do than play Insaniquarium? And like I played a lot of Insaniquarium, and it is a super fun management game. And they go blah, 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 blah. So like it's great.
I can't believe that the justification for putting this game, the 16th game that I've never heard of on the list is, I like this game because you go blah, 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 blah.
That's not the only thing to like about this game.
It-
The
I mean,
management is a lot of fun. The
Oh, yeah, it's a
management is
legitimately
lot of
fun game.
Collecting the pets that, like, the special pets that you can get that help you is also, like, a lot of fun. Because the designs in this game, something that I think gets really overlooked, like, there's special designs for each one of the special pets that you can get, and they all look really good. Some of them look goofy and stupid, some of them look cute, some of them look weird, and I just like that. But yeah, it's a super fun game. Short but sweet is how I would describe it. Does it deserve to win Luigi's Mansion? Absolutely not. Luigi's Mansion is the better game.
No.
But Insaniquarium is still a great time.
And you know what, Clanky? These fish look so fucking happy. Like, this
They
game
do.
looks like the happiest game in the world. That the fish could actually die and you could let them die is like, this must be traumatizing for a child to play.
I want to decide when the lobsters die.
I mean, to be
I
fair,
do not control
like,
the rate at which lobsters
Yeah,
die.
that's the line.
This is a junior pre-K game.
I gotta say, I'm personally more inclined to love the part when you feed the fish and they eat the food and they go.
Can
they do
I
make, like, a slurp
Can I
noise.
ask you guys a question? Is this... I'm taking a complete shot in the dark, but did you guys have a computer lab at elementary school and this game was just on your computer lab computer?
No.
This
This-
game was installed on my grandmother's laptop, and that's how I played it originally.
Like, that's-
and then
it was
after that, I loved the game so much that I bought it on Steam.
It was installed on my mom's computer, so.
Yeah, this sounds like something you play installed on someone else's computer.
But I also played Plants vs. Zombies that was pre-installed on my computer, and that game is goated.
They're
so,
not the same thing, Christian.
But
But listen. I think that Insaniquarium is a lot of fun the same way Plants vs Zombies is a lot of fun.
yeah, Insaniquarium is a perfectly willing 16th entry.
Yeah,
So-
just because it looks like a pre-installed like Purple Place game does not mean that it's like
Purple
bad.
Place.
It's an incredible game for what it is, and you I don't know, it's really good. I
How
think
many
I
old
honestly,
men can you throw at archaeologists?
No.
Wait,
Uh,
I fucked it up.
Are we combining
It's okay.
games?
No,
No,
I
we
just...
are.
I,
How many old men can you throw into traffic for Apu?
This
Alright.
looks like the end of the line for Apu. That's when Apu loses in The Simpsons Road Rage.
Alright, well,
I do.
I guess it's time then.
I guess it's
I
time.
am ready to vote.
I've run out of mean names. Christian.
That's the meanest one
I
yet.
can't stay mad at you, buddy.
Oh, thank you. You should have said Luigi. That would have been a mean name.
Luigi.
That's a mean name to call someone. It's Luigi.
All right, Gooigi.
Of course. Yeah, with much love and respect to Insaniquarium, Luigi's Mansion is fucking goated.
Mick.
Luigi's Mansion.
Clanky.
I love you, Insaniquarium. Luigi's Mansion.
Graham.
Luigi.
Taylor, what are we thinking?
It's okay, Jordan. My rage is still fresh hot from WarioLand 4, so I've thought of a couple names. Fucker.
Jeez, so mean.
Schmucker.
I like to remind
Trucker.
you it was a 4-1, so I'm not solely responsible.
I blame solely you. I vote
Even
for
if
Luigi's
Christian
Mansion.
voted for WarioLand,
You
it
still would have lost.
Blame me for being so persuasive for Silent Hill 2.
Graham, I'll hurt you.
Please do. I dare you.
The slow, mournful version of the Hawaii
It's
Five-O.
it's Luigi's Mansion if that hadn't come through.
5-0.
I was just
I
watching
got
School
you.
of Rock earlier.
5-0.
Oh, that's a great movie.
I used to hate it as a kid because
actually,
I used to get
admit-
mad when he said that the cello was a bass.
Okay, we have to end for the last one of regulation. We have I have to pull this up again. We have Stepmania, which is a Christian pick, versus Super Smash Bros. Melee,
Melee,
which is a Christian and Mick pick. And,
I
oh
would
my
like to
God,
start.
it's the big one.
I would
Okay,
like.
Christian is going to start. Taylor, joke ended.
I'm gonna post Mole Man again.
You can do it.
That's it. We gotta
Do
release
it.
the mole man.
Release the Mole Man.
Is this how you hurt me now? Is you just release Hans Moment? Like, oh, quick, we have to shut Taylor up. Quick, play Hans Moment.
Open the cages, let them out.
Taylor, it sounds like you're.
I saw the Hans and Moment are marching out of their cage.
Hans Moment getting hit
Hans
by a
Moment
football to the
five.
beat.
Jordan, I
of
hope you
Wi-Fi
realize that
mode.
every time this meme is sent, you just have one extra thing you need to edit in.
That's right.
Dude,
It's
I
just-
don't care.
Look, it's the same asset, so it's not going to be that hard.
If Jordan comes in and he only does 3 of them, I'm going to be like, Jordan, you only did 3 of them. You still have 27 more.
All right, let me just start the Christian. You're starting. Let me start the timer. Go.
Everything I have to say about Super Smash Bros. Melee is basically going to come across as flavor text, so it's much more worthwhile to start with Stepmania. Stepmania is one of the big, like, rhythm games, you know, like, the big rhythm games that people are, like, really into, like, Osu and, well, now I'm struggling thinking of other games, but, like, the ones you find at arcade machines, like, sort of, like, obviously DDR, the one where you shoot the notes with the light gun to the beat, and, like, the one where you're in the circle and you have to press all the things like that. Yeah, Stepmania is bigger than basically, like, all of those. It has its own online community. It is a massive, like, rhythm game phenomenon that spawned several continuations, add-ons like Eterna, which is like an updated version of Stepmania. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that Friday Night Funkin' is like built upon Stepmania as well, because it uses like Stepmania files for its songs. Basically, for those of you who might not know what Stepmania is, it's DDR, but you play with the keyboard. That's it. That's the whole thing. The fun of Stepmania is going online and downloading all your favorite songs and playing those in Stepmania. So you get, like, I don't know, just say for the sake of argument, right? The Great Cave Offensive first level theme from Kirby Superstar. Like, let's just say for the sake of argument, just a random song that, like, I don't know.
Yeah,
some-
random one that definitely Christian doesn't play all the time.
Yeah, some random song
Yeah,
that I
no doubt.
definitely didn't play more than 100 times. And you play that song and you just press buttons to the beat of your favorite songs, and it's great. It is incredible because it's so simple. You just pick your favorite songs and you enjoy, like, you literally basically like playing the game with the best soundtrack because you choose the soundtrack. It's fantastic. What makes Stepmania a bit of a cut above, honestly, games like Osu is its customization options. Again, as I've expressed earlier, you know, Eterna exists, and correct me if I'm wrong, you guys are comments, Friday Night Funkin' exists from Stepmania, which shows that you can do amazing things with Stepmania maps. I have seen some of the craziest shit where people have turned, like, Stepmania into completely different games. I saw a version of Megalovania in Stepmania where you just literally fight sands with your arrows and they, like, hit sands. And the arrows are moving so far in, like, 40 different directions, you can barely tell what's happening as the Gaster Blasters are raining down into the fucking screen. And you're like, it resembles completely different video games. And that, I think, is something that is very commendable about Stepmania. And
This kind of reminds me of how, like, like the Trials games, like
Yes,
with
yeah.
the motorcycle thing.
Yeah.
In some of the customs levels, people have gone fucking insane. I saw someone who made a first-person horror game using the fucking Trials engine, and it's ludicrous. I'll send it in the thing. I'll send it in the thing afterwards. Don't worry about it. But I just had to mention that because it reminded me of it.
So I will say,
Can I just ask, because this game came out in 2001, like, you could play this game, like, Flash Online, right?
I don't know if it was Flash Online, but it was
No,
definitely...
like, this was not, you couldn't only play this through download, right?
I
Because
don't know.
otherwise maybe I played something that,
You probably
is
played
exactly-
versions of it, like
Well,
different
no, that's what I'm
types
saying.
of games similar to
Like,
it.
if
But-
you play a DDR game with your keyboard, is it automatically Stepmania?
No,
or-
Stepmania is a specific thing that uses specific files that in order to make a Stepmania map, you have to use a specific program in order to make it. It's its own thing.
Because I thought I played it, but now I'm beginning to think that maybe I played something else. All I remember from my DDR with a keyboard experiences, I played this song called "Link He Come to Town" over and over again. It's like, Link, he come to town so he can save the Princess Zelda, and I just played that
This is
over
the
and
one that
over
I
again.
thought sounded like the Hives or Franz Ferdinand.
Yeah, that's right. It did totally give me Franz Ferdinand vibes.
Apparently, everyone thinks it's performed by who did System of a Down, I think. is.
It sounds a little like System of a Down.
Yeah, that's what everybody
Still-
thinks. Everybody thinks the System of a Down. That's not the point.
That's the thing. I totally get where people are coming from. My first instinct was not, oh, that's Serge Tankian singing a fucking Zelda parody song.
I couldn't tell you. All I know is like.
You mean?
Yeah. I'm gonna say,
This Serge
we're probably.
Tankian?
I'm gonna say we're probably gonna need time for Melee, so I'll just wrap it up by saying Stepmania is a great game.
Yeah.
It's a fun rhythm game with great rhythm games. It's something you
Also-
should play.
Me and Mix Molman have synced up.
Yeah, it happened to me earlier. And I will say my flavor text for Super Smash Bros.
Oh
Melee.
no, it's gone.
Super Smash Bros. Melee is my favorite Smash Bros. Game. It has the best gameplay, period, out of all the Smash Bros. Games. The single-player options are fantastic. I really want them to bring Adventure Mode back, but make it even better, because I think it has a lot of potential. The Classic Mode being randomly generated was better than what Brawl did. And I think the character roster was, like, the perfect mix of, like, small, but also contained enough for it to make sense with a few jokey characters thrown in, like Mr. Game & Watch and Ice Climbers to sort of, like, spice things up a little bit. And,
Mr.
like,
Game & Watch was not a joke character. Mr. Game & Watch was a good character that you could master.
I love Mr. Game & Watch. Don't get me wrong. I love that guy. He's great. But one thing I love about Super Smash Bros. Melee is its strangely dark atmosphere to it. And this is something just like a lot of early GameCube games, I guess. They all have like these like dark atmospheres to them. Like Super Smash Bros. Melee is defined by purple grids and really ominous ambient tracks. Like it's really like
like Brawl is like, it's bright white, it's inviting, it's got something of a heavenly atmosphere to it. Although I will say, Brawl kind of does also have a rather dark thing with like the weird textures where it tries to be photorealistic and just fails at it.
Yeah.
That being said, let's go again. Like that being said, no, Melee totally does have like this weird dark atmosphere, especially considering like if you're playing adventure mode, after you get through the fucking Mario level, you go into like weird demon zombie hellscape.
Yeah, it's really weird. And like another thing about the cutscenes I brought up with Luigi's Mansion, you know, Super Smash Bros. Melee's Adventure Mode, one of my favorite things about it is the cutscenes, because they pause the game for like 3 to 4 seconds, so you're like, it gives you enough time to go, what the fuck's going on? Is the game broken? And then suddenly, why is Bowser's Trophy coming back on the stage? What the fuck is this? Why is he like getting zapped by lightning? What the fuck is this? And then you're fighting a secret boss, and it's like that for every optional encounter in Melee. It's incredible. I love it.
So, my relationship with Melee was a very rocky one, and we went through a lot together. Because when Melee first came out, I didn't care about it because everybody else cared way too much about it. It was like Call of Duty for kids. Like, this is the only thing we're going to play, and if you don't play this, you're a loser. When you go to your dad's...
Also, like Undertale.
All right, Mick, if that makes you happy. When I go to my dad's gym, this is the game this is the game gym kids play. It's the gym kid game. I don't like it, but as time went on, I kind of shut the fuck up.
Jim Mama.
Right, a dime.
You better go catch Jim.
I learned to love this game, I think, through repeated exposure and just an actual desire to actually try and master it. I remember my very first video game convention. I saw for months in advance that they were hosting a Smash Brothers Melee tournament, and I just sat down for a couple of hours each day and practiced. And I remember feeling like I got really good at the game. I've always had my main Young Link close at hand, and I got to like really appreciate some of the things that Melee did better than its original, in terms of like this game really snaps with like its smash attacks. Like the ability to like hold a strike is such a good feeling that like is one of the only reasons why I can't go back to the original Smash, is because you can't hold a move. And yeah, I went to that tournament and I won my first round and then got crushed in the second. But I had a good time, and just the memories I've shared, the amount of times I played, it's like one of the only games that I feel good at until I play with anybody and then realize that I actually suck. But I just think it explodes with content and relationship to the first. I think it's really smooth, and I think it is actually one of the best Smash games. It's not my favorite, but I think it's great. And Link, he come to town.
He certainly do.
I'll throw this out, and I'll make this quick. This is just a quick comment. Melee is right up there, like in terms of games, where Melee is right up there with Mario Kart Double Dash, in the sense that no matter where you go, no matter who you are, if you say to someone, "Hey, you want to play some?" They'll be like, "Yeah, sure." Yeah, it doesn't matter who it is. If you were born between the years of I don't know to I don't know, if you know the age I'm talking about, they'll be like, "Oh shit, yeah. Let's play Melee."
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Melee-
I don't know.
Melee
was
has been
the introduction of Mr. Game & Watch, who's probably one of my favorite Smash characters ever. I love that guy. I think that Melee, I have a lot of nostalgia for because it was the game I played as a kid. I remember, like, I looked up online how to unlock Mewtwo, and I was like, all right, so I'm just going to leave my GameCube on overnight while I have a match going on.
Yep.
And I did that, and then I walked off the cliff with one of the ice climbers, and all of a sudden I was unlocking Mewtwo.
Yep.
It was... I think that Brawl, in my opinion, if we just look at the roster itself, has a more well-rounded roster. But I do think that Melee's feels the most cozy. I know that sounds kind of weird, but
I get it. I like Brawl more, but I agree with you.
Yeah. I don't know if I like Brawl more than Melee, but there are definitely, like, things about Brawl that I like more. But either way, this is about Melee. Melee is such a nostalgic game to me. I love the trophy room. I would, for hours, look at the trophies that I collected, and I thought, like, I was such, like, a Nintendo historian for, like, you know, finding out that fucking Land existed. I just loved Melee as, like, a nostalgic thing. It was so good.
Smash Bros. Melee. Find out Land existed.
Yeah.
I have something I want to bring up about Melee, but remind me to bring it up later because I'd rather save it for a later vote.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
I'm not going to
Any
remind you because I'm mad at you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Be mad.
Any last things about either of these?
Link, he come to town, so he can save the Princess Zelda. I don't even think that's from Stepmania anymore. Now I just want to sing the song.
It's a good song. Yeah.
Ganon took her away.
Guys,
now
you
the
know what to
children
do.
don't play,
You know what
but
to
they
do.
will when Link saves today. No, you can't just shut me up with Hans Moleman. That's not how this works.
No, I'll shut you up actually with a different thing.
It just looks like Joseph Ferris with a beard.
That's maybe why I like him so much.
Wake up!
He's the missing Ferris.
That wake up was so great.
I'm ready to vote, by the way.
Table.
Okay,
I don't
Christian,
think
go.
you trust in...
I could sing all chop suey in a quarter of a second. This is fitting.
So, like,
All right, let's do it. Let's vote.
yeah, I am,
please.
you know, I don't really have anything clever to say because the distance between Melee and Stepmania is so great. It's like driving a steamroller over a Hot Wheels car. It's honestly embarrassing that literally anything's going against Melee right now. So I'm just gonna vote for Melee.
Okay. Mick.
Melee.
Clanky.
Melee.
Graham.
Melee.
And Taylor.
Elam. I mean, Melee.
Is it anything like Sprat?
Yeah, it's a little similar to Smurf.
All right, so we finished round one. Jordan,
Yes,
you can do
we
the
did.
5-0 song quick if you want. Perfect.
Kuruin versus Pikmin.
Oh, dude, come on. Kuruin sucks. Worst game in the world. Fucking hate that stupid shitty game. You move around clockwise and counterclockwise. Who has
Don't
time for
fucking
that shit?
talk about clock rotations that way.
Fuck it. I hate it. Pikmin is epic compared to Kuruin.
Epic.
All right.
Can we censor the
Mick.
word epic? I don't want that on the record.
Can you play?
Fine.
Can you play him saying epic 3 times in a row afterwards?
Yeah.
Can you remix the epic?
I'm voting.
Just-
I'm voting for.
Let's see how much
Pikmin.
time I have, man. Okay. Clanky.
Wait,
I'm voting for Pikmin.
what did Mick vote for?
Pikmin.
Pikmin.
Okay.
Graham.
Why did I say it like that?
I pick a min.
Taylor.
The concept of time is overrated. I vote for Pikmin.
Christian.
I'm so sorry, Kuru. I never even played you, so I don't know why I'm sorry. It's Pikmin.
That's Japan's fault. They didn't feel like it was wise to give it to us on anything but a failing console.
The Wii U. It was a Wii U game.
Yes.
Disco version.
Exactly.
In the
And
US,
according-
it's a Wii U exclusive. Think about that.
Yeah.
All right, now it's time.
I
for the
wonder
funniest
why it
fucking
didn't
thing
do
to
well.
happen.
And then you can't ever get it again because they were like, no, you can't buy things off the Wii U eShop. The best thing the Wii U had going for it.
That's
Okay,
a
time for the-
low blow. Anyway.
It's
Time for the funniest thing ever to happen. Simpsons Road Rage versus Jack and Daxter. Mick.
Jack and Daxter.
That means Clanky is next, right? Yeah.
The Simpsons Road Rage.
Graham.
Simpsons Road Rage.
We have a chance.
Can it be done?
Taylor.
Christian.
Jordan, allow me to make this right. I'm voting
Really?
for Jazz Simpsons Road Rage.
And Taylor.
All right, thank God I can betray Jordan, Jack, and Dexter.
Yeah, all right, that's fine. All right. Let's see how it does in the next round. But all right.
We've already talked about Jack and Daxter.
What?
Wait, no,
Yeah.
fuck it. I was Ratchet and Clank. I'm sorry.
I was so
Great
confused.
job,
They're
Graham.
so similar.
They're
Great
not
job, Graham.
similar.
The names are
little
like
bit.
close enough that if you were like if you like okay, if you were a parent, you would totally confuse Ratchet and Clank and Jack and Daxter.
No, you wouldn't. That's like
You would.
saying
Yes,
if you have a
you would.
duo
Yeah, if I-
named Schmegmy and Schmargan versus Patuki and Blabfist.
It's like you'd have
I would
Kiki and
confuse
Booba.
those two games.
Yeah, I would. Of course I
no,
would.
not confused. That you would think that
Fuck.
those. No, what? No, that like, oh, this is all right. Forget it.
I
Fucking just.
I want a game series called Kiki and Booba.
Ace
wanna-
Combat 4 versus WarioLand 4. Battle of the Fours. Mick.
Ace Combat.
Clanky.
WarioLand.
Okay. Wow, it finally gets a vote. Oh, wait, no, Taylor voted for it last time. Graham.
Hey, Mick, do you have like
So
some-
far
like,
to go.
What?
Ace Combat.
Taylor.
Hang on, I need to see if Christian can make this right.
Christian.
Now, you see, the reason why I made it right with Jordan is because I liked The Simpsons Road Rage more than Jack and Daxter. Here, on the other hand, I don't know. So, Taylor, just put in your vote so I can have more time to think.
Okay, WarioLand 4. Christian.
That might have been enough time. Let's see. I'll probably like Wario Land a little more. I'm sorry, Graham.
Yeah. Wow.
You're a traitor.
I please
He's
no
betraying
one tonight. Everyone's mad at me.
Christian betrays everyone.
Everyone's fucking
That's the
mad
title.
at me.
He hasn't voted against Pikmin yet, so I gotta give him that.
Oh, it'll happen soon.
It will.
Except when he did
Insane
it, less when he did it with Sonic Adventure 2, but I won't count that.
Okay, cool. I'm
Why?
glad you ignore that very particular
I mean,
moment.
that was
In-
the only other chance you would have.
Insaniquarium versus Stepmania. Battle of the niche games. Mick.
Come back to me.
You hate winning
Okay.
games, Mick. You know what
Oh yeah,
that
that's right.
is.
Insaniquarium. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Clanky.
Insaniquarium.
Graham.
On the same logic as Mick.
What?
Insaniquarium.
What?
Insaniquarium, sweet.
Taylor.
I vote for Stepmania under the notion that
Yeah.
it has a song from a completely different game, and I probably haven't even played Stepmania, and because of that, I vote for Stepmania.
You chaotic
Another
fool.
game's success is causing me to vote for a game I probably haven't played.
But Link, he does go to town.
He comes to
Um,
town.
He comes to town. Christian.
With much love and respect to Stepmania, I'm voting for Insane Aquarium.
Let's
4-1.
go.
Go.
Guys, this is a real victory for kindergartners everywhere.
This game, you need to stop being mean to this game. It's
I'm
more
not
than just a
being mean. I'm
kindergartner
praising
game.
This
kindergartners.
game's gonna win the whole
Look,
thing.
dude,
isn't it?
Clanky. You ever played Numbers Undercover?
No.
Numbers Undercover is a great kindergarten game. All right, you're this fucking crime-fighting dog, and someone stole all the numbers. And
But it's not like a teaching you what fish are game. It's like a genuine
There's
strategy
blood in
game.
Insaniquarium.
Taylor.
What do you mean it's a strategy game? It's not a strategy game.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Taylor, remember
Every so
15 minutes
often,
ago when we said we were
aliens
gonna
come
make
and
it.
try and kill your fucking fish.
I'm sorry. I thought you said Numbers Undercover was a strategy game.
Oh.
No, Insaniquarium is.
Posting
It
more.
doesn't.
Arcanum versus Sonic Adventure 2. The order has changed. It is now Clanky going first.
I'm giving it to Sonic Adventure.
Right. Graham.
Arcanum.
Mm-hmm. Taylor.
I barely knew him.
Oh, the misery! Bah! Sonic
Oh,
Adventure
man.
2.
That's, again, better than Dan Reynolds. Christian.
I'm trying to decide what my favorite song in Sonic Adventure 2 is. It's definitely one of the Knuckles or Rouge stages, probably Security Hall.
Oh, what a mean thing
Is it
to
On
say.
Top of the World or is it Demons?
In a game where Crush 40 music exists, depict the Knuckles rapping music.
Okay,
Come on,
look,
Pumpkin Hill, gotta find my lost piece. I know that it's here. I can
Okay,
sense it in my feet.
okay, the Knuckles music can be kind of weird sometimes, but the Rouge music is so legitimately good that you need to listen to it. It's like actually amazing.
No, I have listened to it. I
The
played the
great
game.
Emerald's power allows me to feel.
I'm voting for Sonic Adventure 2 on that prospect.
Do they ever rhyme Knuckles with fuckles in the rap?
They
No.
do.
Oh, nice.
He's lying, Clanky. He just betrayed you.
I'm gonna choose that was a lie.
I would never
because
lie.
I want to believe that they say fuckles in
It's
in
me,
a Sonic
Knuckles. I fuckles with Rouge.
game. So true.
Did Graham vote? I'm sorry.
Oh no,
We
it's
had
Mick we're
Graham.
voting. Is last, I believe.
Yeah.
It's
Wait.
Sonic Adventure 2.
Oh, so okay.
No, but Graham hasn't
See the gag.
Graham went for
happened so
Arcanum.
fast. I didn't even know
Oh.
that you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, Graham voted for Arcanum.
I said Arcanum. I barely knew him.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Right,
I know.
yeah.
How could
no,
you
that-
miss it?
I
The
know.
gag.
I phase out 90% of Graham's humor.
The
That's
gag
me.
just it interfered with my ability to tell time. Halo Combat Evolved versus Paper Mario. Clanky.
I feel bad that I haven't voted for Halo yet. It's gonna be Paper Mario.
Yeah, it needs to suffer. Graham.
Oh,
What?
That's
Yeah,
Halo.
well,
that
yeah,
was,
that's
no,
it.
that
I
was
know,
the famous Paper Mario line.
Yes, it was.
You know the boss that goes.
Taylor.
I feel nothing for not having voted for Halo. I vote for Paper Mario.
Yeah, Christian.
I voted for Halo last round, and I still feel like I haven't shown it enough appreciation. But I'm voting for Paper Mario.
Now you'll do it. And fucking Mick.
Halo.
Okay.
Oh no, not against that.
Advance Wars versus Silent Hill 2.
Give me a second, it's loading. There we go. All right, we're good.
Clanky goes first.
Sorry. I'm voting for. Ooh, this is tough. I think I'm gonna give it to Silent Hill.
Wow. Okay. That means Graham, which yeah.
Silent Hill. I don't know what I'm doing there. I'm very tired.
Graham, go to the corner.
Um,
Graham, you're banished to the Shadow Realm for that. Taylor.
All right, I'm voting for Advance Wars. Mick, before you vote, can I just ask? I understand that it's a colorful Nintendo game,
yeah.
but
I
I
should
know
probably
you-
vote first.
even when Christian ultimately with us loses anyways because he votes for Silent Hill 2.
Which is what I'm doing, by the way.
Fine, I'm still going to try. I will still consider it a victory. Mick, you have a great found appreciation for strategy games in general, and I feel like you would find the absurdity of Advance Wars like humorous enough in its own right that you could actually have a lot of fun playing.
Am I voting now?
Yes.
Fuck it. Have your treat. Have your fish, Taylor. I'm voting for Advance Wars.
Good.
No, the fish is in the Insaniquarium one.
Thank you. I feel like that was given out of pity, but I'll take it.
I mean, if it doesn't matter, I don't care really. I'll just I'll throw my vote for that.
Okay.
I'll throw my vote, Mick.
Okay.
I'm looking at the way this bracket is
All
going,
right.
and I'm about to endure some of the most horrible mental pain of having to decide some of these choices. Oh my god.
Fish. Okay. Luigi's Mansion versus Melee.
Come on.
Okay. Clanky.
Another tough one, but oh man. I'm gonna call me crazy. I'm giving it to Luigi's Mansion.
It's.
Wow.
I was gonna
Okay.
try to say, just remember, Luigi's Mansion is like a 6-hour game.
Which is
You have
fine.
to understand, Taylor. Shorter games appeal to me so much
I know.
so much better than longer games.
Short
I
games are
know.
just
That was
as valid
broken.
as long games, and I
I
only,
agree.
I only say this because I
do.
ran into a fucking Twitter thread earlier that was like, short games are for not real gamers,
Oh,
and I
no.
almost like lost my mind by
No, that's
myself.
not it.
No, look, I agree. Actually, I just
I haven't
like.
been outside in 3 months. You're calling me a fake gamer?
Yeah, fuck.
I played fucking Portal 56 times in a week. Okay, I am a real gamer.
Listen, I spend the campaign of Hitman 2 tending bar.
I believe
Whose turn? It's somebody's turn now, right?
Graham.
Graham.
Luigi's Mansion.
Oh my god, maybe you could just take it. Maybe you can just take it.
Taylor.
I'm about to have a panic attack, but I believe in Christian, and I
Vote for
believe
Luigi's Mansion.
in Vic, and I'm voting for Super Smash Brothers Melee.
So
Yeah, Christian.
here's what I will say. I love both of these games so fucking much.
Oh my
And
god.
and honestly, even though I'm voting for
Yeah.
Melee, if Luigi's Mansion wins, I think I might even be happier
Really?
because I would have expected it less.
Oh no.
Mick. What you gonna do, Mick?
Okay, so here's where I am at. Oh, why did you put me in this position?
I know this is mental pain. This is horrible mental pain.
There is no other game like Luigi's Mansion. The other two Luigi's Mansion games are silly, haha, funny Nintendo game. Luigi's Mansion is haha, it's silly, funny Nintendo character in a real fucking mansion with real fucking ghosts who want to kill you, not just prank you and shit. They've kidnapped your brother and are going to kill him.
But
And so like Luigi's Mansion 1 is basically a unique experience. But Super Smash Bros. Melee is also something of a unique experience. There is no other game quite like it. In terms of its ability to both have the let's go again. Both have the easy fun, haha, let's goof around as friends and play the game, but also the super high level depth and strategy that high level Melee play can be. I'm voting for Melee.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay.
Luigi's Mansion, I will come for you in the losers bracket.
All right.
Unfortunately,
we'll get to that matchup in a
round
moment.
20 equals
Oh,
even more
that
horrible
round.
mental pain.
I would argue that
Okay.
round is more painful than round 16.
But
That-
it'll be easier
No.
for me.
Round 22 is gonna suck for me.
Yay.
Okay. Arcanum versus Insaniquarium.
Someone say Insaniquarium sweep. No.
The voting order is shifted to Graham.
I mean, I bought Arcanum just because I saw a video someone did just on Troika Games that showed like the intro cinematic of like the dying gnome telling you to go on your quest. And I was like, no, not in like a funny way, but in like, oh, okay, this looks like interesting. Yeah. So nice, Jordan.
It does just say. Can I just say? It just in my head, like I've seen the cutscene, but in my head, for some reason, it was like a garden gnome. And that's why I was laughing. Like, I know the actual cutscene, but for some reason, I concocted this own version in my head. Anyway.
A little Vinder font.
Arcanum.
Yeah, Taylor.
Really?
Arcanum.
What is
I
going
think that was a
on?
vote for Insaniquarium.
It was a vote for
I think that was a
Arcanum.
vote
It
for
was a vote for
Luigi's
Luigi's
Mansion.
Mansion 4 rounds from now.
Yeah.
It's a vote for
Yeah.
Puss.
Yeah, that too. It doesn't work on me anymore.
You're
That's not
immune to
true.
its
That's not true.
charms.
I did it to you today, and you loved it. All right,
Yeah, I did.
who's next?
Christian.
Call me crazy. I'm voting for Insaniquarium.
You're crazy.
All right,
I call you
well
insane.
founded.
Mick.
Come back to me.
Graham. I mean, no, Clanky.
I'm giving it to Insaniquarium.
Okay, I'm the tiebreaker.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go for Arcanum.
Oh,
Insaniquarium
Well,
sweep, baby.
a good run. No,
What a
not
shame.
exactly. Halo Combat Evolved versus WarioLand 4. Well, guys.
Okay, you can
Graham.
also turn into a vampire in WarioLand 4.
But you can get stuck on the same bridge for 3 hours in Halo Combat Evolved.
Yes. There's backtracking.
Graham!
There's backtracking at every
Graham.
WarioLand level, but the backtracking is well thought out and concise. Whatever, let's vote.
Graham.
I have played WarioLand 4 because I got free on 3DS and I didn't like it. So, Halo Combat Evolved. I listened to the audiobook of the novelization of Halo Combat Evolved.
Taylor.
I'm not a big Halo fan. WarioLand 4.
Christian.
With much love and respect to Wario Land 4, I'm voting for Halo Combat Evolved.
Mick.
Halo Combat Evolved.
And Clanky.
Halo Combat Evolved.
Taylor's devolving.
No, it's Evolve, not Devolve. Advance Wars versus Simpsons Road Rage. Well, either we lose here or we lose in the next round, so. Graham.
I like to rage on the road.
Really? Okay.
That's why they don't let me drive.
Oh, yeah, that explains a lot. Taylor.
Road.
I actually don't know. Come back to me.
Okay. All right, cool. Christian.
Jordan, allow me
Yeah.
to make things right for a second time.
Really?
I'm voting for The Simpsons Road Rage.
Wow. Mick.
Advance Wars.
Yeah, I figured. Clanky.
It's going to Road Rage.
Taylor, it's 3-1, so it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
I think I'll go Advance Wars then.
Yeah, I figured. Okay.
Don't hurt
So
me.
we're gonna get clobbered by either Luigi's Mansion or Pikmin.
This is
We're
horrible.
up now.
Round 20 is hell.
Yeah,
Listen,
this vote
Round
sucks.
22
This
is gonna
vote
be my
so
hell.
rough.
So
These guys, these are both roughly the same length in game length. They're both probably replayable, but Pikmin is probably a little more replayable, I would imagine.
Pikmin was like made to be replayable. They even show you like the
Pikmin's
stat
a
screen
lot
at the
more
end.
replayable.
Yeah.
They both have ghosts in them. One are there by design, and one of them is self-imposed. This isn't me trying to sway you either way. This is just me laying out all the facts. One has a big bird.
The other is Pikmin.
Sesame Street.
One has a button where you can call Mario's name.
Mario.
It's weird when Olimar says it. It's kind of like uncharacteristic.
Yeah, the other is Mario, but backwards. Wait, no, that's not true.
It's Mario's Japanese name, but backwards.
Yeah, thank you. Pikmin has multiple endings.
I don't know. I like regurgitate fun facts like a slot machine.
Oh,
and it
and
might be
both
right.
both games are part of a trilogy where the first game is pretty good.
You know, just stop talking.
Second
Just
game is
stop
not
talking.
great, and
Don't
the third
talk.
game is arguably the best.
You're saying these things
Okay.
specifically to get me angry, and I don't appreciate it.
I'm honestly,
yeah.
hang on, Christian. I'm actually not. I genuinely like that last one a little bit, but and
You
for the
know
most
this one a
part,
little bit, yeah.
Taylor, you're filibustering. buddy.
I don't feel bad about WarioLand
running
4
out of
now.
time.
yeah, you never
I
felt
don't.
that.
Yeah,
You're just saying that to be mean.
I don't really have a stake in either of these games, so I can vote pretty easily. I'm voting for Pikmin.
Let's go.
Okay. Taylor,
It's still, yeah, it's Pikmin.
Christian,
Skip me.
Mick,
Luigi's Mansion.
Clanky.
I mean, it's going to Pikmin
Ooh,
with a heavy heart.
Christian.
Well, at least I
For
didn't have to
posterity,
pull the
Christian.
trigger. I had some fantasies about the idea of Luigi's Mansion making it to finals. And, like, me, like, being the swing vote, being like, you know what, Melee? Fuck you. I'm voting for Luigi's Mansion. But now that's not going to happen. Now, let me get this straight. I love Luigi's Mansion and Pikmin equally. Like, I say that for a lot of games, but I actually, like, 100% mean it for these two games. I love them literally the same.
But don't you have a top 75 specifically so that?
I don't remember which came first, which came later. Luigi's Mansion
Yes,
and
you
Pikmin.
do.
They're one space apart. I don't know which one's first.
Something Grand came first.
Yeah. So I'm gonna vote for Luigi's
Usually
Mansion
does,
to
yeah.
make it a 3-2.
Jordan, make sure.
Yep,
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah,
I knew
so-
the joke.
Okay.
Like
Something.
clockwork.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah.
Something,
that
something.
clockwork.
Hans Moleman getting hit by a football.
Oh,
Yeah.
let me.
Oh,
Thanks for
yeah,
reminding
do
us.
it.
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah, I forgot. Hold on.
Hey guys, I have a really funny gift. Have you guys seen it?
You know what bothers me the most is that these are multiplying in the amount of frequency that they get sent. Like first it's one person sending them, then it's two people sending them. Now all four of you.
Halo Combat Evolved versus Arcanum.
Huh? Oh yes.
Yeah, we go down and then up.
I am reminded of a
start.
conversation where I was told that I could fuck sheep in this game,
Yes.
and I feel like
Yes,
that's
you can
about
start
to
a
have-
family.
That's good. That's good.
I know he thought that one out.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
Taylor, let me say it like this, okay? If you were to go to the community tab of the game on Steam, and you just scroll through the screenshots people have uploaded, there are a shocking amount of them that are about like, hey, look, it's the brothel. Hey, it's the orgy. Hey, it's the sheep in the brothel.
Yeah, I don't know why. I thought you were going to open that with being like, if you go to the community tab, it's mostly sheep porn. It got too quiet and I'm
Nice.
uncomfortable.
Sorry.
Quick moments.
We were all thinking about it. Jesus Christ. The voting order has shifted. Taylor starts again. Right? Yeah.
I'm not positive anymore if I'm gonna like Arcanum, but it's still in my backlog, and Halo is not. So Arcanum, and oh the misery.
Oh no, that's Arcane.
I
I just realized it.
Yeah, that's why I've been doing it. I
Oh.
thought that was obvious.
Now you know how you feel about my Arkham. How I felt about my Arkham joke.
But everyone got that.
Christian.
Um,
But they didn't react to it.
Well, because you don't want to
It
know why.
wasn't funny. I know. It wasn't funny. I know.
I don't think I've been particularly nice to Arcanum this whole time. It's probably a great game. I mean, I guess I did vote it over Kuruin on the first round. But this is going to be the nail in the coffin of me not being nice to Arcanum because I'm voting for Halo Combat Evolved.
Okay. Mick.
Halo Combat Evolved.
Clanky.
Halo, Combat Evolved.
And Graham.
Halo Arcanum involved.
What?
Okay, he said Arcanum. So he
Wait,
voted for
Graham,
it.
which one?
Halo,
Arcanum.
Halo of Steamworks and Magick Obscura.
My head.
I mean,
Jesus
I love
Christ.
Endgame.
Can I count
Halo.
that as a vote for Halo?
Of Nicktoons
Yeah, it's a Halo.
Racing and
Okay.
Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, it's King's Quest.
Something. King's
Okay,
Quest.
guys. Pikmin versus Simpsons Road Rage. I'm not naive. I know what's going down.
I'm pouring one out for you, Jordan.
Yeah.
Pouring one out
so
for you.
am
Yeah.
I. Taylor.
Hang on, there's a chance I could be a tiebreaker
No.
here, and I want to see how much
No,
power I have.
no.
Hang on.
No. Taylor, don't give me hope.
It depends on where Graham and Nick go.
Okay. Well.
Well, not to Shazam, I can
Does
tell
that
you
mean-
that.
Lunch,
Does that mean you're
maybe. No,
skipping your
not
turn,
lunch. We
Taylor?
already went once.
Taylor, does that mean you're skipping your turn?
Just come back to me.
Christian.
Yeah.
Well.
Pikmin.
Mick.
Come back to me.
Clanky.
All right, guys. Listen, I love
Yep.
Simpsons Road Rage. Don't get me wrong, but I gotta give it to Pikmin.
You all have
Of course.
desecrated an old man's groin for no other reason than personal amusement.
I've never seen someone get hit in the balls so many times.
I really can't believe they added it to the Criterion Collection.
It's Graham next, right? Yeah.
This is actually kind of tough for me because I don't know which one. You know, I would probably rather play hit and run, so I'm gonna vote for Pikmin.
Okay. And can we go back to Taylor?
Mick didn't go.
Yeah.
Wait, Mick.
We
Well, you
skipped
didn't
Mick,
go.
yeah.
Yeah, but I want
We
to hear what
skipped
Mick
you
has.
too.
I want to hear Mick.
Okay, Mick.
Pikmin.
Okay. I
Yeah,
thought
see?
I thought one of them would vote for Road Rage. I
I was
honestly did.
considering it, but I don't know.
All right, then I won't make any secrets. Pikmin.
Okay. Well, for the last time, folks. Well, actually, not for the last time. We're gonna keep doing this gag until one of us. votes.
Until the bracket
But,
literally ends.
Yeah. Also.
By the way, Jordan, I just want you to know
Yeah.
that everyone has ruined this joke. That I no longer want you to send it to me in one-on-one conversations.
I probably won't.
Probably.
Yeah.
I have never
I'll think of
learned.
other-
I have never learned to hate a gag so much.
Roll it again. So Sonic Adventure 2 versus Paper Mario. Starting
With Mick, Sonic Adventure.
starting with after Clanky dies, starting with Taylor.
Sorry.
Do you feel life moving through your mind? Yeah, now you came back for Chow Garden.
Gotta post a version of that song later.
Yeah.
Where he just goes,
I think we're thinking of the same one.
what?
I think we're thinking of the same one.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Christian.
Yeah. Oh, finally, an easy vote. Sonic Adventure 2.
Mick.
Sonic Adventure 2.
Clanky.
Paper Mario.
Graham.
Paper Mario stands in a paper house.
You
Is
know-
his house made of flesh, or is his flesh made of house?
Can,
He screams for he
screams
does not
for he
know.
does not
He does not know.
can I be honest?
Right.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that's a little. I almost wonder if I should have agonized over that vote more, because I think it was a 3-2 now.
It's
If
not too
Graham's
late
like-
to take it back, technically. I mean, as long
It
as
is.
everyone else is okay with it.
Well, you know what it is. If Bug Fables didn't exist, I might be more hesitant. But I know that there's just a better version of it out there, thanks to it, and like that. I don't know. Yeah, no. Sonic Adventure 2 is Chow Garden, and that ultimately is enough for me to give it the edge.
Yeah.
I have to
Okay,
remember. Think of the children.
The chow.
Can you abuse
could start a
children in
Chow
Paper
family.
Mario? I didn't think so. Actually,
Alright.
you probably can.
Silent Hill 2 versus Melee.
I can't wait to click on it, though.
Taylor.
I'm sure. I actually do respect Silent Hill for being a franchise that is not trying to torture you, but rather just guide you a little uncomfortably. I do, and I am sure Silent Hill 2 is the best of its own franchise. But to a lot of people, Melee is also the best in its franchise, and there is a community behind Melee that is never going to die. Melee is not something that needs any touch-ups. Silent Hill 2 is getting a remake that I'm sure everybody is really excited for. and I would be more likely to
Yeah.
play that. I would be more likely to play that remake than I would be to play this one, because I do feel like one of the things Silent Hill 2 is, because it came out when it did, even though it's probably good, I'm sure that it could use a little bit of polish. And at the end of the day, Melee just feels really good. It makes me feel good, and
Yeah.
I like
makes
Melee.
me feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's roll with that.
Christian.
It's Melee. It's Melee. It's every game here. It doesn't matter. It's Melee.
You know, Nick, Christian, that was like someone having to choose in a love triangle. It's you. It's always been you.
It's literally like Melee is like.
Mick.
Melee.
Clanky.
I'm giving it to Melee.
And Graham.
Silent Hill 2.
Okay. All right. We do losers 4 real quick.
Right. These next two losers just seem like fun.
Paper Mario versus Pikmin. Is that the one I'm doing first, Christian?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Paper Mario versus Pikmin. We start now with you, actually, Christian.
Oh, Pog. Speaking of Pog, Pikmin.
Yeah. Mick.
Pikmin.
Clanky.
I can't believe Pikmin did it. I'm so proud of him.
Yeah.
It deserves it.
It's John Pikmin.
John did it.
Pikmin.
Yeah, and Taylor.
You know what? I'm gonna go Paper Mario for this one.
All right. 4-1. Silent Hill 2 versus Halo Combat Evolved. Battle of the Graham picks.
Well,
Start,
Graham.
though, with Christian.
Well, Graham.
Well, Christian?
I would feel better about voting for Silent Hill 2 if I wasn't voting out Halo Combat Evolved. But that's what I'm voting. I'm voting for Silent Hill 2. I love Halo. I thought Halo was so much fun, but
Yeah.
the library sucks, and there are other things in Halo that probably could be better. Silent Hill 2 looks like a transcendent experience.
You know what's funny, Christian, is I was thinking of bringing up the library in like an argument against Halo, but I couldn't remember if the library was the worst level or the best level, and I didn't want to chance it.
Start a fucking flame. I don't remember the best level in Halo 1. There were a lot of really good ones.
The bridge.
It's usually like Silent Cartographer or Assault the Control Room.
I see.
Even just like level 2, which is called Halo.
Yeah.
Mick is up.
Yeah. I am going to give it to. I'm going to give it to Silent Hill 2, and I would like to just quickly explain my reasoning. It will only take a second. Halo Combat Evolved has not aged great. Silent Hill 2 has remained equally playable. Its graphics suck, but it's a horror game that adds to the experience. Like, the only reason there's so much fucking fog in the game is because they couldn't make the draw distance high enough, and so they just filled the level with fucking fog, so you can't see everything pop in.
Okay. Clanky.
I'm giving it to Silent Hill.
Yeah. Graham.
Silent Hill 2 has a very interesting way of choosing which ending you get, where it's not based on any choices you make, but on how you have the main character act. Like, if you linger on certain items for too long in the menu, it'll add points to a certain ending. If you don't heal yourself to full when you're able to easily, that'll affect the endings. And again, Halo Combat Evolved, the best Halo games are yet to come, but this is just a monument to not only all your sins, but just what, like, something that like propelled gaming forward like a couple thousand light years. So, but I'm giving this Silent Hill 2.
And Taylor.
I'm gonna make more sheep noises. Nay!
Was that a vote, or are you just amusing me?
Well, I'm always trying to. I'm always trying to do a little bit of both, but
You should just send a moment every time a joke sizzles.
I think like I might want someone to play it with me because I would be a little worried, but I feel like Silent Hill is a franchise I could play, and Silent Hill 2 I have maybe the smallest amount of interest in. I mean, like, if I stand on top of the hill, will I hear nothing?
Silent Hill is surprisingly loud.
By the way, can I just say, you guys have sent this gift so many times that like I've done like my brain has started to play this trick where the cane, it's dropping to the side, but because if you look at it correctly, it's on the pavement, it looks like the cane is shrinking and it's still standing upright.
For me, I'm on the bracket right now, so the gifts are frozen. So it's just Mole Man just sitting there completely unaware of what's about to happen to him.
The thing is, if you scroll down,
Christian, that's just called man.
The GIF will pause, but if you scroll back up, they're all playing in sync.
It's amazing. It's so good. Do we do losers round 5 before we do the semis?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. By the way, this is a pretty sweet Final Four.
Oh, this Final Four is like, I love every single one of these. 3 of these are my top 50. This is fucking insane.
Drink.
Pikmin versus Silent Hill 2. It is still Christian going first.
Graham, it's been a pleasure.
I know.
It's been a pleasure.
This is like the dream child you've always dreamed of versus your actual child.
But Graham, I've been doing nothing but praising Silent Hill 2 with this like 10-karat gold bar. Like, it only goes to show how amazing I think Pikmin is.
And how little good you think WarioLand 4 is. We got it.
Yeah, exactly. WarioLand 4 is so Pikmin, I'm voting for it.
I wrote notes for the first time in the Yearlies because I was so excited to talk about WarioLand 4.
And I said it was a good game.
You say everything is a good game and then you vote against it.
Yeah, because I don't like...
WarioLand 4 got 1 win. That's more than we can say for Jak and Daxter and Ace Combat.
Oh, I meant to say earlier, Jordan, Simpsons Road Rage, if you're feeling a little bit upset about how it placed, the Simpsons Road Rage...
I'm not.
Oh, okay, never mind.
It did pretty well, honestly.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
It just eventually was going to get something like Pikmin that was going to steamroll it because Pikmin's an actual game and Road Rage is a goof.
Road Rage is still a great game, though.
Road Rage,
it is, but it's
Jordan,
Road Rage.
We established hard proof that it's the best Crazy Taxi game.
It is, but compared to something like Pikmin, that's like a
but you know what, Jordan?
Game with a lot.
There is a better Pikmin game.
Yes, and I think that's something everyone but Clanky can agree on. I guess.
Yeah. No, I think
just over the year or so of doing these yearlies, I know what you guys value, and I know that the games with a lot more heft sort of rise to the top, and I'm not really sad about my wild cards losing.
Almost a year. It'll be a year in March. Yeah, but you're absolutely right, and like
almost a year, March being several months away.
This might go out in March
for a year.
Yeah, I do want to say, Clanky, like Pikmin is your favorite Pikmin game. Obviously, they're all fucking gold bars. So like I
agree.
I like Pikmin 1 more than Pikmin 3. So
yeah,
for numerous reasons.
Pikmin 3, I feel like, depending on what day of the week you ask me which Pikmin I like more, it could change between the two, but nostalgically, and like a game that I would always go back to with the drop of a hat is the first Pikmin.
Mm-hmm. By the way, which is what I voted for. So, yeah.
Yeah, Mick.
I am going to vote for... What's the vote at so far?
1 Pikmin,
just Chris
0 Silent Hill.
for it.
Come back to me.
Okay. Clanky.
Pikmin.
Graham.
Silent Hill 2.
Taylor.
Pikmin.
And back to Mick.
Alright, I'll give it to Silent Hill 2, because it doesn't matter.
I mean, it did make top 4, and that's
yeah,
good.
It really did, yeah. Sonic Adventures 2 versus Melee.
Who starts?
We start with Christian.
You know, I'm not going to go against any of my preconceived notions of which game I like more until the finals. So I'm just going to pick my safe option here and say, as much as I really hate to do it, I am going to vote for Melee over Sonic Adventure 2.
Okay. Mick?
Sonic Adventure 2.
Clanky?
Melee.
Graham?
Melee.
Taylor? Taylor, I swear to God.
Melee.
This is such a good
Can
pick.
It's just a bunch of moments standing
Sonic
there.
Adventure 2. Sonic Adventure 2 versus Pikmin. Who's going first now? Mick is going first now.
Sonic Adventure 2.
Clanky.
Pikmin.
Graham.
Pikmin.
Taylor.
I was gonna.
Rolling around at the speed of sound.
Yeah, that.
No.
So last time we did this vote,
Please.
I voted for Sonic Adventure 2.
Please.
Well,
The Pikmin makes silly noises.
The running theme...
Around goes
The running theme of this Yearlies has been, I like all of these games almost around the same.
Christian, can I remind you of something?
Yes.
When you initially voted for Sonic Adventure 2 over Pikmin, your reasoning was, I'm imagining these two being in the winners, being in the finals.
And which game do I think deserves to win the finals more?
Yeah.
Didn't you say that? Didn't you say
I said that for
about
Halo and,
You know what, Mick?
Yeah.
I'm not sure you want to make that argument
Why?
for this one. Let's see what happens.
Well, it's not because you said it, Mick. I have been leaning towards Pikmin these past few minutes.
Okay.
And I just... Pikmin is a more consistent experience to me, I'm realizing. Like, Pikmin, I might, enjoy the highs of Sonic Adventure 2, more, but, I love the consistency that Pikmin brings. And so, yeah, I just enjoy the consistency of Pikmin. It's a really just always good, always on its case kind of game that always brings something new. And I respect Sonic Adventure 2 so much, and it hurts me so much, but I am going to vote for Pikmin.
See, Mick, the reason you don't want to make that argument is because I think Sonic Adventure 2, I like it more, but I think it also has a lot more wrong with it.
Okay.
That's
probably true. I'll even admit that Pikmin is probably a way more polished game.
Sonic Adventure 2 is a more favored game for me, but it is also I think Pikmin is, in my opinion, the
yeah.
overall,
Hang on, sorry.
more...
Was that Halo Combat Evolved? And Simpsons Red Ridge? Because I could have sworn that was.
No, it was
Sonic
Halo
and
and
Pikmin.
Simpsons. Yeah, it was Halo and
Oh,
Simpsons.
it was.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry for bringing that up then, because I could have sworn it was Sonic and Pikmin. But I think the reason I was thinking that, the reason that got encoded in my memory like that is I could never imagine for the life of me Halo Combat Evolved and Simpsons Road Rage being in the finals.
wouldn't that be something?
That would be wild. That would be wild.
Okay, I can imagine Halo in the finals, but not Simpsons Road Rage.
No, neither could I. It wouldn't go that right for me. Super Smash Brothers. If only, yes, Sims did very well for itself, and I'm very happy for it.
Mm-hmm.
Super Smash Brothers Melee versus Pikmin. This is our final two, and it's a pretty strong one. We start with Mick.
Okay, good.
Super Smash Brothers Melee.
Clanky.
Pikmin.
Graham.
Pikmin.
Taylor.
Well, Christian, it's up to you.
It is up to me. This is where I drop the shoe and reveal where Melee is on my top 50.
Oh my.
Aw, damn it.
Melee
Oh my god.
is number 2. It is my second favorite game of all time, which is why I was so confident that there was not a single fucking thing on this entire bracket that I was ever going to vote over Melee. And that's why this hurts so much. That's why
What?
the opportunity for Pikmin to win would have been amazing. You know? It would have been fucking incredible.
It got second. That's all we can ask for. Truly.
No, I did not think Pikmin would do this well.
Yeah,
But all right, hang on.
especially since it lost right out the gate.
Well, yeah, put your vote in first, Christian.
Yeah. Yeah, at the end of the day, I love Pikmin, but I love Melee just a little more.
Okay.
So the winner of the 2001 Yearlies is Super Smash Bros. Melee.
A
Yeah, I
Smash
mean,
Brothers game
honestly-
actually wins a Yearlies.
There could be no doubt.
The real winner of the 2001 Yearlies is Hans Molman.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think he's the real loser. I think he lost like over 100 times.
His testicles
Guys,
must be so swollen.
He gets so tortured over the confines of this show, and you have brought his torture into a universe where he had no right to be tortured. In the beginning of The Simpsons Road Rage, it's him trying to kill himself, going, "Please kill me." And Marge goes, "That poor man. I hope someone does kill him."
Yes, that is one of the best lines in that entire game.
Alright.
Marge is such an
Yeah.
underrated Simpsons character. I love her so much.
We should probably wrap this up with an outro from someone who hasn't done an outro yet.
you chicken.
Okay, fine, I'll
Do you
choose.
want to do it?
I mean, so the thing is that like I don't want to advertise the YouTube channel because I don't want to be a shill. I'm not gonna sell out until someone pays me.
Oh, grow up.
Mick, I'll pay you.
Mick, we constantly
No, I'm kidding, I'm
fantasize
kidding.
about you selling out.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna sell out for free.
You're not selling out. You're not selling out. You're being humble and we're humble. We're humble men.
Well, say something, Mick.
Ignore the channel. Forget you ever saw this video. Move on.
All right, Mick is banned from plugging the channel. Clanky, go ahead.
I gotta do it now. All
Yeah.
right.
Someone,
I
I guess
guess
everyone says no.
Watching us rank video games, you don't deserve to have a YouTube channel. YouTube.
Thank you for watching the 2001 Yearlies, where we look at video games that were released in that year and rank them based on our favorites and least favorites. If you enjoyed, please make sure to what do you do? Like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to leave a callback number. Press 5.
You sound
Like, holy fuck, you sat for 3 hours of this shit?
Congratulations, y'all.
Move on!
Nick, you're fired.
You're still here?
Smallman is taking your spot.
You're still here? The show's over.
I was saying Boo Earns.
Go home.
I'm gonna stop the recording.
I was saying
Yeah.
boo earns.